welcome back, everybody.
Hi!
Hi.
Sure! Yes,
So, last session, yeah, you guys scared away a werewolf in the night, and then rode on, got attacked by some freaky, gigantic zombie thingies, which Ace managed to drive off with crazy divine magic. Taric rode in just in time to join the fight. You guys ended up abandoning the cart, taking the princess on the horse with you. There's also some great shenanigans with some illusion magic, pretending to be other people.
Was that last week?
That was last time.
It was very fun listening back on that one.
Yeah, that was really funny. And when you awoke the next morning, the princess awoke with you, which turned into a very long and deep conversation about what was going on, where you guys were, and you seemed to convince her that she is not dreaming, that this is real. Speaking of dreams,
Yeah.
Oh my
Ace,
gosh.
you had one that was, it was a rough one, yeah. Not looking forward to revisiting that one, I'm sure.
No. Not in the slightest.
It was a good time. So, we left off, you guys were ready to head out on the road to continue home. Princess now awake in tow. What do y'all do?
How many days away are we?
With now that you have everyone awake and you can ride at a decent pace, I'd say you are about 3 days away.
If we're just currently walking,
Hi, Muffin.
I'm just gonna grab like whatever bag I have and just start like, kind of rummaging through things and like looking at everything, pulling whatever I can out.
Sure. Are you looking for anything in particular?
He probably would have heard from some time with his cleric stuff about, like curses and like cursed items, and he'd be like, was something that I picked up cursed and made me have that really scary dream? Because that's never happened before, so.
Right.
He's like, okay, curse is an option, some magical guy being nearby is an option, but he's gonna kind of do whatever is most logical to him. So he's gonna like grab a bunch of stuff, and whatever seems useless in his bag, he's just gonna throw it behind him.
Is this while you're walking?
Yeah.
Okay,
while I'm
okay.
walking.
Just double checking.
Are we walking along the road now?
Yeah, you guys are on the road. You have 2 horses now, because you have Old Grey, and then Taric has the horse that he got from the village. Aravae was riding with the princess on...
Old Grey.
I think it was Old Grey.
Old Grey.
And someone was riding on the other horse. I don't remember who.
I was for a little while riding on some horse without having knowledge of the horse.
Right.
But I would not have chosen to continue to ride the horse. So.
Yes. So Ace, you're rummaging through your bag. I mean, most of the stuff that's in there obviously is very familiar to your supplies and things like that.
If he's just throwing stuff behind him, Laz is just going to come in and just slowly look at it and pick up everything as he goes.
That makes sense. That checks, yeah.
Yeah, it's on brand.
As we're walking, I'm presumably it's cold-ish in the morning. I'm just
Yeah, it's early fall, so it's not too cold yet, but I mean, it's not a summer morning, that's for sure.
I have my cloak wrapped tightly around me, and I am pretty much chain smoking as we walk, and I'm looking over my shoulder frequently and just nervously kind of around at just everywhere, and I'm unhappy and nervous looking.
After the events of the past couple nights, I wouldn't blame
I'm
you.
just keeping to myself in the back of the group, just doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, Taric is probably just keeping an eye on the road, keeping an eye on surroundings, keeping an eye on the princess to make sure she's alright. Just keeping on guard, as it were.
Okay. So Ace, you're rummaging through your bag. You find, again, most of supplies and things. You get to the book you got back in Elzirat, and still seems normal from what you can tell. And then as you're digging, you remember as you feel this kind of leathery, just uncomfortable feeling as you pull the other book out of your bag and take another look at it.
Okay.
The book, now that you can see it in the light, because last time it was just kind of a little bit of torchlight in a cave. So, taking a closer look, you realize this book is kind of disgusting looking.
Yeah.
So, let me just, where did I put it? There it is.
Laz is curious. He's going to walk up and start looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. So, those of you looking at it,
What do you have?
it's about similar size to your Divine book.
Okay.
It looks very old.
Okay.
While your Divine book is like leather bound of some kind, this appears to be bound in what could be called leather. It's probably more definitely called skin.
Human leather.
And it's, you see along several places the pieces have been stitched together. Along the front and the back of the book there are sort of raised edges which look kind of like veins. And as you take a closer look at them, you actually see they are very, very faintly pulsing occasionally. As well as you're looking over the book, the spine of the book is a spine. And the bones are weathered and cracked and jagged. Not sure how you didn't cut your hand on it before, but you managed to avoid that.
No, this can't be it. And he's gonna like stuff it back in the book.
What was that?
I'm looking in my bag. I had a really weird dream last night, and it was like
Oh, I have
really
those
haunting.
sometimes.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, couple options. There could be some weird, magic about the forest, right? Something. But then I feel like other people would be having weird dreams, and I don't remember anything about that.
Well, have you asked anyone about their dreams?
I mean, I figured that somebody would say something eventually, right?
I mean-
if they were having a weird dream. For me, I mean, this is what I mean. I'm going for the second option here, which is that something that I picked up or something that I have on me could be cursed. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start rummaging through my things, and so far I've checked. It's probably not the knife. I thought it might be the staff. It's not the staff. It's not my water skin. It's not my cutlery. It's probably not the scary demon book. It's not the vials of things that I have in here.
Hey, could we go back and look at that for a second?
Which one? The cutlery?
Sure. Cutlery and the book.
Oh, the book. Yeah, for sure. I'll pull out the book and the cutlery that I have.
I want to take a closer look at it.
So it looks,
I'll open it
it's
up
just
and
got like demons and stuff in there. But
Okay. Laz, you open up the book. There's a lot of scrawl on a lot of pages. Some of the pages have some writing and then kind of crudely drawn diagrams. You can't read any of the writing. It's a language that seems unfamiliar to you, but it seems at the same time uncomfortable. Like just the physical, like how the letters are shaped and everything like that. It doesn't feel good looking at it.
And I don't recognize the language?
No, you don't recognize the language. Okay. Taking a closer look at the writing and everything, it is a deep red, which can make me a intelligence roll. If you want.
You're good at those, aren't you?
Ooh, those are my favorite.
He's great at those.
19.
19.
Never
You take a closer look at it and you go, that red seems familiar. It appears that all of the text is written in blood.
Of course.
Hey, so this book is gross. And kind of boring.
yeah, now that I see it in sunlight, it's not good looking. Can we burn it?
Do you want me to hold on to it?
Do you want it?
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
Ace, can you make me a wisdom save?
Instantly.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Oh, you're good at those.
You're pretty good at those, usually.
I'm like decent at those. 10.
Okay.
Terrible.
As you sort of say, like, oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
In your head, you change your mind. You're suddenly like, maybe not. Maybe shouldn't.
Laz is reaching to grab the book from you.
Actually, maybe the cleric should hold on to this, you know? I'm pretty sure I'm one of those.
What if I'm a cleric? I can do
I
the
would
same
be
stuff
very
as you.
surprised
I
if
can
you
do
were a
the same
cleric.
stuff as you. The whole healing thing.
But can you do this? And I'm going to do a sacred flame right in front of him. Not going to try to hit him, I just want to... Bam!
Can you do this and a minor illusion of sacred flame?
Wow.
It's a still image, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the picture of one.
Yeah, I know you can make illusions of stuff. I'm not that dumb. I might be dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
No, you're not dumb.
I don't know, I'm pretty dumb. I can't read the book, so... no, I think I should hold up with it for now.
When we camp, would you be okay if I gave it a little bit of a further look? It'll still be yours.
I think when we make camp, I'm going to try to burn this book. Do I got to make another wisdom save if I say that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to burn it when we make camp. I don't like the looks of it. If I'm being honest.
Alright. Just seems like a waste.
Listen, you're not the one who's getting these scary nightmares from this book.
I've volunteered to take it from you.
Right, I don't think that's the... I don't want to put those nightmares onto somebody else. I just want to be done. I just want to be done with the book.
And you're not putting them onto me. I'm volunteering to take them.
No, I know.
I don't think they'd affect me.
I just don't want to see somebody else getting hurt, so, you know.
That's very noble of you,
Thank you. Let's keep moving.
but unnecessary.
I appreciate the thought.
Would you like your knife back?
And that... Oh, I guess I dropped it back there. I can keep it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Waiting for everyone else to move.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are on the road.
No, we're-
Like,
yeah,
this
we're-
was
we're-
this was
while we're walking.
on the road.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're talking.
Yeah.
I'm on the horse.
You're on the horse
with the princess. And I'm definitely going to strike up a conversation that people would probably not be able to hear.
You're trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception check.
You two are very busy.
So, princess, do you prefer, like, should I call you princess? Or should I call you Irena?
Considering the circumstances, I think Irena is fine.
Cool. Can I ask you some more questions?
You can, but I may not be able to answer them.
That's okay. As long as I can ask. So, you mentioned these weird dreams that these cultists were giving you.
Yes.
Now, we weren't doing necessarily all the things, but I mean, what I want to know the rest of the dreams. What was the rest of the dream?
Well, the the dreams I can remember were reliving when they kidnapped me, and a lot of dreams about escaping, but I don't remember too many specifics. The dream I had most was the kidnapping.
Okay. What? Because there are some things that were real, and there were some things that weren't actually what happened.
Yes.
I'm curious what, like, was there still a monkey demon thing that showed up?
Yes, that was very clear.
Okay. Do you remember what actually happened?
I remember going up on the stage and beginning the song I'd rehearsed. I remember the sky growing very dark, and then all of a sudden, red light and screaming and all the cultists coming out of the portals, and then a group of people I'd never seen before jumping in, trying to stop them. I remember, and she like turns and points at Fonkin, like, he turned into a bear. I think right before they ended up taking me, I recall that.
But they made you dream that he was a wolf.
Yes. And that always felt incorrect when I was dreaming.
I'm just wondering if they were trying to change your memory or influence it. Maybe.
It's possible. They were very strange. I've never really encountered a cult at such close proximity. They were very strange.
Like, what do you mean?
Just their actions and the way they spoke. They didn't always speak languages I understood. I think they caught on that I could understand a few. And they didn't have anyone else there that I know of that they were holding captive. So I don't know what their purpose was. Perhaps they were trying to change my memory so I would forget what really happened and, I don't know, succumb to whatever they were trying to do. They tried a lot of techniques to break me, I suppose.
But break you how? Like, for what?
I don't know. Mentally, I would assume. But I don't know what for.
Yeah.
Like I said, they didn't always speak languages that I understood. They spoke a few languages that seemed dark, but couldn't tell what they were.
Do you remember anything from the conversations that they, like, when you could understand what they were saying? Did anything stand out?
Not that I can recall right now. I was just trying to survive.
That's totally fair.
I'll let you know if I can remember anything more, but
Sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry that all this is happening.
Thank you. It looks like it might be behind us. As far as I can tell, I'm awake.
Well, if you're asleep, then I must be asleep, so we must be awake.
She looks puzzled at that for a moment. Yes. I think that's correct.
Everybody definitely giggles.
How far are we in? It's been a long time since I've traveled this road.
Aravae pauses and looks back at Taric. It's like, do you know how far out we are?
Approximately 3 days' journey.
3 more days, it sounds like.
Alright. It's the closest I've been to home since this started, so I'm eager to get home.
Yeah, we're also eager to get to Elzirat. Arave's no longer being super quiet or anything. 'Cause, like people are invited to join in on the conversation.
Taric just wants to get a move on.
You guys are still riding.
Yep.
So you guys keep on going for the balance of the day. You know, stop, make a lunch camp, and take a breather. Keep going. Time passes into. Sorry.
I don't say really anything. I'm keeping an eye on every dark patch I can in the tree line, behind us, on the road ahead of us.
Yeah, you're pretty alert. Like very vigilant and keeping, kind of watching for things. Nothing stands out as unusual. Like you're definitely seeing as the brush moves here and there, and your senses heighten periodically. It's random animals and things.
I'm keeping an eye on the sun just to kind of see what time of day it is. I'm probably running low on tobacco at this point.
Probably.
Or papers.
with how the last few days and things have gone, yeah, that's fair.
Arave's getting tired of being on the horse at this point, probably, after we're done making camp. And, hey, Taric, do you want to take the horse next?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that'd be fine. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's Taric.
So smooth.
Crush on the princess? If I ever heard that, I'm gonna be like, Taric, is everything alright, buddy?
Everything's fine.
You look a little flustered right
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Can I make an insight
I'm
check?
gonna write this down.
Yep.
Are we in your insight checking Oz?
fine.
Okay. Roll.
Oh, no, lost my dice. Very much lost my
You're right,
dice.
Chris. Or left.
If it's higher than a 10, it counts.
Well, with my insight rolls.
I roll deception or persuasion, I assume.
Yeah. Your choice.
Yep.
Whichever one is true.
Yep. And I don't have to tell you which is true.
It's
unless-
true.
If it's the same one, then we'll just have to realize.
One second.
Always down to make everything a contest.
19.
Oh!
12.
Everything's fine. I'm just a little out of breath, you know?
Lance kind of narrows his eyes at you, then. Yep.
Yep. I feel like. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Hop on the horse and definitely, you can tell, like, Ace knows. Ace is 100% knows. Like,
Taric is blushing through his armor.
yeah.
Armor is
And, like-
turning red. Right.
Yeah.
Someone's using heat metal and it's Taric.
Yeah.
Sorry, are we resting or we just?
This is a little beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. And then, I don't know, we ride throughout the day and Taric's like stepping, like going everywhere.
Arave's walking and she's going to not so quietly start talking about mushrooms. And she's going to be like, so there's this really cool one, Fonkin. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or seen it, but it's like dark inky blue. It's like super cool. It has these like white spots all over it, but it like
Sounds delicious.
Max and Mirthai told me like it induces like these crazy vivid dreams if you eat it. But it has like this evil twin and it looks exactly the same except for like one feature. But if you have it, you get like violently nauseous and like so ill and it's not good. And he once made the mistake of taking the other one instead of the dream one and he got really sick and he told me not to do that.
We should keep our eye out
Yeah.
for both.
And then in Temperstrand, there's also like this ink one, this other ink one that they use to write the books. Like they turn the mushroom into ink.
Very smart. I can see why they would do that.
Yeah, they grow it there. It's pretty cool.
Mushrooms are great.
Oh,
Yes.
they're so cool. And there's this glass one that's like see-through, and it turns you invisible if you eat it.
That doesn't sound real.
It is totally real.
You
They're
have-
really hard to find
Okay, that sounds right.
because they're kind of like glassy, and they like. They're.
So,
I think they're
The
kind of like
mushrooms
bubbles.
are invisible, and they
Well,
turn you invisible.
It's like a glass thing, but it's not fully invisible. It's just mostly invisible. But it's cool.
Have you heard of a mushroom that kind of does the dream thing, but you're still awake?
I'm pretty sure that's Nightcap.
There's a special version.
There's a special version of
I
Nightcap?
don't know what type of mushroom it is. I just know that it's a mushroom.
What makes it so special?
Well, when you take it, it invokes like your body kind of, you lose all sensation and you just stop having ability to control. So you just kind of go flop, and you get these incredible like visions and hallucinations.
That sounds like Nightcap, but on like a whole other level.
Taric definitely takes the horse and starts running a little bit faster, forward and forward. Jeez, Your Highness.
It's I can't remember the name of it right now, but I think it's something about dream.
There's also something called Sleep Lock. That kind of reminds me
Maybe
of
it's
that.
like a blend of all three.
Well, Sleep Lock definitely makes you sleep. I think that it's like a poison, but it's like it's like a herb.
And these are all legal and okay to ingest.
I don't know about that, but you can find them.
Interesting.
I've been trying to collect some. Just mushrooms and other cool things. And moss. There's a killer moss, it's orange.
If you find any of these interesting mushrooms, please let me know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, like if I find one, there's also something called the False Reaper.
False reaper.
If you eat it, it could be bad because like people think you're dead. But you're not actually dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can force someone to eat this and like paralyze them.
Well, yeah, but there's like a chance, like depending on like how strong they are and their immune system and stuff, they could fight it possibly. But if you choose, like you can totally choose to like give into it, which is pretty crazy. And then you look like you're dead for like a whole 48 hours. A whole 48 hours. And
That
then
sounds like the best
sometimes
sleep.
you can't come out of it, and you kind of have to like super duper let it wear off. And if that happens, there's like, I think you're super exhausted and stuff like that. But it's pretty crazy.
Interesting. Please show me these mushrooms if we ever see them.
Very curious.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys made camp for the evening.
Oh, it's day 10 right now, right? No, day 9 still.
It's day 9.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
evening day
keeping
9.
track. I'm calculating something. It's okay.
So, you guys settle down, make a fire, make some food. Anything in particular you guys want to do during the evening?
I'll take a look at that book.
Oh yeah. Just before you do, definitely gonna make a solid attempt to burn it because I don't like the looks of it.
You're going to try to burn it before he looks at it?
Yeah,
That would defeat him looking at it.
yeah, I know. So I would like to burn the book.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've got a decently sized fire in front of you. So you just toss it right in.
I'm just gonna pull out the book and toss it in.
Okay.
Ace, what's that?
Some weird demon book I picked up. I think it's cursed and I'm burning it.
That seems like a fair.
I thought
line
you
of
liked
action.
books.
I like the books that don't make me dream of dying.
But how do you know it made you dream of dying?
I'm casting Unseen Servant and asking him to take it out.
Oh,
Because I'm pretty sure
He has 1 hit point, so he will take it out to die.
I'm pretty sure that
It's good to know.
it cursed me. It looks like it curses things. I'm pretty sure it's made of human skin.
Oh gosh.
oh.
Why
And
did
there's
you
demon
pick it
stuff.
up?
It looked cool.
But you
For
said
like
it
a
Hey,
was
moment.
skin.
quick question: is the princess asleep yet?
Nope. She's kind of listening to what you guys are talking about. And as you guys are talking, probably about a minute or so. How long does Unseen Servant take to cast again? Is it
It's
1
an
minute?
action.
Oh, it's an action?
I can ritually cast it, but I'm casting it fast.
Okay,
Specifically to get the book before it burns.
Okay, so you see him toss it in. They start talking. You go to cast the spell. You guys see the book suddenly kind of float up and out of the fire and then drop beside it.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
my money's on this thing.
I think
cursed.
you're right. It
My
looks
money
pretty
is
cursed.
on this thing.
It
cursing.
doesn't want to be burned.
Doesn't want to be burned.
And
Standing up.
at first glance,
Eric
it doesn't
is
look to
just
have been burned at all.
booking it away. He's just terrified.
Oh no!
Absolutely. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, great. Regular fire doesn't work. Boom, sacred flame right on it.
Okay, roll me some damage.
Roll some damage.
It can't make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
I'm definitely standing up.
That I know of.
Backing away from the fire at this point.
Eric, are you
3
okay?
radiant damage.
3?
Three.
Okay. So you cast this sacred flame and it does briefly engulf the book, and you can see some of the pages have been singed, and the outside cover has a little bit of kind of burn marking on it.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going until it's burnt completely then.
Can we just hold off a second? I would
Why?
really like to read this.
This
Why?
thing
No.
floated out of a fire.
That
I
was
want
me.
it gone.
That was me. I just didn't want it to burn completely so I could look at it.
At this,
Why do you want to
It was
look
you?
Why didn't you
Yes.
say something then?
Sometimes you just don't say things.
Didn't you look at the book early?
I mean, I like kind of flip through it.
Listen, this thing is cursed. I'm not going to bed tonight without burning it.
Can't we
Alright.
notice?
Okay.
I don't think you can burn it.
I just did.
Did you?
Look at it. It's
Let me
singed
see.
now.
Let me see.
No,
Okay,
don't,
now she goes.
nobody else start reading
She
this
goes
book.
up to
Everybody-
it. She goes up to
Everybody
it. She
calm
wants
down.
to take a closer look at it to see exactly like what does it look like. Where is it burnt?
If she tries to put a hand on it, I'm going to grab her hand to stop her from
some of the cover has little burn marks, and you can see some of the edges of the pages have like singe marks on them.
She definitely tries to touch it.
I'm going to grab her hand.
I'm gonna start looking for mushrooms.
Can I?
Okay.
Real quick. As these two try to do that, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant again and just try to get them to grab and fly straight up in the air.
Okay, that is an action. So
is this so,
we're gonna.
so much chaos?
Ace, Aravae, you are effectively grappling against each other. So
I
Okay.
am backing away.
He's pretty weak.
With
I
it
would-
being like a hand grab, can I do acrobatics on it?
Yes.
Instead of athletics?
What do I need to do?
it's a hand grab. So you can. Neither of you are grappling each other.
I just need
so,
to know what my modifier is.
Acrobatics.
Mine's acro?
Yeah, you guys can do acrobatics.
Oh,
Taric, while this is happening, the princess kind of like wanders over next to you. It's like, what's happening?
There has been a disagreement in the group about items that have been found. Please, I'm trying to wrangle these folk. Well, give me one moment, and I begin to like enter the.
10 for acrobatics.
18.
Okay.
They're grabbing at each other, so I'm just.
Yeah.
Grabbing each other, going for the book. So, Aravae, you managed to like,
Well, it's definitely a situation where he kind of does grab onto her, and she's like,
yeah, you're like grabbing at each other's arms to try and get to the book.
hold on a second.
And in the hubbub, the book kind of just sort of moves away from you towards where?
It's going vertical.
Oh, okay. Can the unseen servant
I
fly?
believe so.
Guys, see this book fly up in the air?
Shoot it with an arrow.
If
Yeah, please.
if the unseen servant can fly, then yes.
It'll probably bleed too.
If I see it shoot up in the air, I will probably stop
The way I
messing with
picture
everything
it is that it
focus
does
on the
move
lies.
like that, but I have no confirmation here, so it might just be on the ground.
Yeah, for a first level spell, I'd say it probably is like a guy that walks around, basically. So it goes up about 6 or 7 feet in the air, like he's holding it
So I
above
can
his
move
head.
15 feet, so then he's just going to also move away and like try to hide behind a tree.
Okay, you guys
it
all
comes-
see this except
if
for
it comes
Fonkin, because you're
near-
looking for mushrooms.
If it comes near me at all, I am like hastily backing away, like 10 feet away from it. Like, frick.
I am then going to ask my unseen servant to climb the tree with the book.
And I'm drawing my
Okay,
sword.
I'm looking over to Laz then, because I know I'm
Yeah,
okay. He said
like-
before that he was the unseen servant. I'm like, is this you this time too?
Maybe.
Okay. Listen, you can look at the book, but I'm telling you right now.
He's
when
allowed to
you're
look at the
done
book,
with it-
but I can't look at the book.
He already looked at the book. You can't look at the book because I don't want you getting cursed.
I said it's fine.
Cursed.
I'm pretty sure I got cursed by this book. So I'm trying to protect everybody else from getting cursed from this thing too.
Except Laz.
You're
Laz
cursed?
already looked at it.
When did he look at it?
I pulled out the book and he grabbed it from me and looked at it.
Do you feel
And
cursed,
you let
Laz?
me look at it.
Laz, do you feel cursed?
No, I feel great like always.
Okay.
He has not gone to sleep yet.
There is too much weird shit going on.
You're right.
I
Which
have my
is why I
sword
just
drawn
wanna
and I'm
burn the
pointing it at the book.
Yeah, that's
He's got the right
I'll
idea.
have him come back to me
It's
and
Tom
I'll take
Riddle's
the book
diary.
from him.
Yeah, you guys see the book
Wait.
sort of bob towards
Got an
Laz.
hour with the book.
You.
And then I'm burning it. Because I want to go to bed. And I don't want to have to dream of getting drowned in a blood lake again. So.
You dreamed you were drowning in a blood
Yes,
lake?
I dreamed I drowned in a blood lake.
It doesn't sound that bad.
That sounds
Oh yeah, why don't
horrible.
you go ahead and do it this time then?
I've told you I'm fine with that.
I am burning the book at the end of this. I am making that very, very clear.
I would like
Laz,
to.
you have a whole hour. You could probably take a nap and hug
As this kind of continues on, I'm going to slowly try to edge as close as I can towards Airic, without him noticing. Like just try to do it real casually.
Roll me a stealth check.
I mean, I currently am nervous and on edge and have my sword drawn.
I feel like you would have advantage or something.
17.
That is a fair amount higher than Eric's passive perception
Oops.
to keep an eye on Laz, drawing closer to him casually. So, Laz, you get fairly close to
There's
Eric.
a lot of weird crap going on. You're
kinda
looking
like-
at the forest. You're looking at all these places.
I'm looking through my pouches and I am pretty sure I'm out of tobacco and I'm not happy about it.
Oh no.
I'm going to shove it in his face and yell boo.
You're holding the book?
In his face.
He shoves it in
right
your
at
face
you.
and yells boo.
I
Oh, do you stab him?
stab the book.
Oh, you stab
Oh,
him.
you stepped the.
You stab the book. Okay, roll damage.
Yeah, I mean the book, can't dodge it, so.
Man, I've never used
Actually,
my short sword before.
Roll to not hit Laz. So don't roll a 1. Like roll an attack and don't roll a
I
1.
haven't taken damage from an enemy.
Okay, it's a 19.
He's not an enemy.
The horse
you count
was
the
debatable
20.
whether it was an enemy.
25
Yeah,
to
so
hit.
you definitely hit the book square.
There's an ally within.
You would get sneak attack,
You would get
technically
sneak attack,
speaking.
because
There's an ally within 5 feet of it, so.
Brutalize this book.
Are you an ally at this point?
Yes.
We are all around.
For sneak attack purposes, yes.
Well,
so.
are you
hanging out- I'm now hanging
it's
out
not
with
an
Taric
ally,
and
it's
Princess.
an enemy of the target. Are you an enemy of the book? No?
It's fine.
I don't know, sneak attack,
Sure,
sure.
you get sneak attack.
Oh goodness.
16 piercing damage.
Yeah, so
16 slashing damage to the book. From my sword.
you kind of like cut across the like the front of it, and you leave a gash in it, and you've actually cut the veins that were across the face of the book, and blood slowly becomes dripping out of them.
God damn it! Laz, what are you doing? Get out of here! Get that thing away from me!
Laz.
It's bleeding!
Does it splatter?
Tell me what's happening.
You take 2 psychic damage.
Oh!
I'm wiping my sword on the grass.
Kind of like a intense brain freeze.
Yeah,
This is reaction.
Do I notice him do that?
Wince.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't hide it.
Did I hurt you?
No, I
You
think you
idiot.
hit the book.
Yeah, it's got a big gash in it.
Yeah.
What if we buried
What
the
is
book?
going on?
Nope, I'm burning it.
But
I'm
it
not
doesn't
going to be able to
burn.
sleep tonight.
I just burned it. Literally like 10 seconds
You
ago.
singed
I'm gonna hand it off to my.
I can
servant
continue to
hold
burn it.
Okay.
and just let him kind of hold it while it bleeds and drips a little bit.
Yeah, it's basically like just kind of floating in the air now, like
Why
dripping
is
blood
the
here
book
and there.
bleeding?
This is why I want to burn it.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
Laz, I know you're new to this world and all, but a book that is made of flesh that
I mean, we're
bleeds.
not 100% sure it's flesh.
It's
Could be
human.
very thick paper.
Irena,
It has a spine on its spine.
Could just
Irena,
be...
Princess Irena.
Yes?
Did you see this book while you were in the cave?
Yes, the wizard was carrying it.
The wizard.
Which one?
The one who
There was
The wizard.
There was
more than one.
there's the guy with the with
Was
this
he really
staff.
really old?
With the yes, the one with that staff. Yes,
Not the
Not the
staff.
old guy.
yes, he was carrying it. Yes,
Yeah,
but
we killed that
He
one.
did
it.
die.
It might be. Oh, I hate that I'm saying this. It might be worth it to keep it in our possession if it might give us a lead in the future.
Ooh, I can hold on to
And
it.
pray tell how it would give us a lead example.
We bring it to a chantry or a church of some kind, and they figure out what the origin or well, I don't
Maybe
know.
Crybo knows what it
I'm
is.
sure that I can figure it out if you give me enough time.
Lad should not keep it.
Don't.
Does that mean Ace holds on to it?
Ace, I know you don't want to.
Why don't we just leave it here?
I want
Just leave it here.
nothing to do with that book, and I'm not gonna hold on to it.
Just chuck it into the woods. We'll be on our merry way. You never have to see it again.
Can't roll for it, eh?
I know.
I mean, we
15.
could bury it.
That's a great idea.
okay.
That's what I thought.
You don't feel
Start trying to
particularly
dig a hole.
convicted of that statement.
But
Sorry, what just happened?
but I'm not denied from saying it.
No,
Okay.
no, but
So-
you don't feel particularly like convicted about what you just said. It's more just like, okay, I said it.
What did he say?
I just said I want nothing to
to do with the book.
And
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
not gonna hold it.
true.
Sorry.
And I'm not gonna hold it, which apparently is not true.
I'm trying my best to dig a hole with a rock or a stick or whatever is nearby that I can use.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay close to the fire and start reading this in depth. Or try to
You're
read.
trying to dig a hole there
I'm
and bury
digging
it.
a hole big enough to bury the book,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna keep going unless something else happens.
So weird.
I think that's a good. It's a
Who
good.
has the-
It's a
okay.
focus for him.
Laz
we should
has
just
the
let him
book.
dig
Laz
the hole.
has the book.
He's reading it currently, or attempting to.
Okay,
Someone
so-
keep an eye on him while he's doing this.
I'm
I
fine.
will keep an eye on him while he's doing this.
I'll hang out with the princess then. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, Eric, you're you literally have like a rock that's vaguely flat, so you're like slow.
I am digging a hole as best as I can. I am focused and determined.
He's going to shove his head into it afterwards.
Fonkin, you haven't heard any of this. You're like off in the woods,
That's what I
probably
asked.
50 to 100 feet away, searching for mushrooms.
How's the mushroom?
And it's
going?
nighttime, right?
It is nighttime, yes.
Okay.
Fonkin, can you make
I'll
me
wait.
a perception
I'll
check?
wait.
Yes. Roll for mushrooms.
Yes.
I rolled down definitely goes backwards.
17.
Yeah, you're pretty alert. You don't hear any like unusual, beast noises or no brush moving catches you off guard. In terms of mushrooms, you don't find any interesting ones, but you find like what seems to be sort of edible, common ones.
Perfectly happy with that. Once I found a few and I don't hear too much coming from the camp anymore, I'll head back.
Yeah, and as you head back and break through the tree line, you see Airic like furiously digging a hole with a rock, and like Taric is sort of looking over Laz's shoulder, probably.
Yeah, I think that's
Laz
right.
has got the. Have you seen the book yet? I don't have.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, so Laz is reading a book, from what you can tell, in front of the fire.
Just seeing Laz reading something, I know it can't be good.
Excuse you.
Hey, Fonkin, come over here.
Okay.
Can you be like a dog or something? Help me out. We gotta dig a hole.
No, he needs to rest his arm.
Yeah,
What?
I'm okay.
Aravae
Oh, you got that shit too?
then walks over to Fonkin and it's like, "Can I
God,
check on
Steve.
your shoulder again?
Okay.
I
I
need
just
to
sit
change.
down.
I need to change the bandages." So she sits down and she starts pulling out all of her things and fussing a little bit and slowly unwraps his arm.
I found mushrooms.
Really? What kind? Can I
I'll
see?
just show you the mushroom.
Oh! She gets really excited. And she definitely stops what she's doing so she can study the mushrooms. Oh, these are delicious. They're button mushrooms. Yeah. Okay.
Mushrooms.
And so she then goes back to his wound.
Yeah, the area surrounding his wound has, again, the wound still isn't really healing, and the area surrounding it is more hairy, and it's like getting to be thicker hair now.
This group and curses, I tell you.
She definitely keeps a calm demeanor about it because she doesn't want to worry anybody, but she knows that he really, really needs to see someone as soon as we get to Elzirat. And now she's doing some calculating in her head because I think we established that she does know a teeny bit about werewolf lore, and that something bad at the very least could happen come the full moon. And she knows that she knows very well when the full moon's gonna pop up, and she kind of has like this. She has the marker on her forehead, even. So she's thinking, okay, it should be okay. It'll be cutting it a little close, but we should be okay. Is what she's thinking, and she wraps it up and tries to offer some extra support and some extra padding just to protect it because it looks painful.
Mm-hmm. It would be painful. An open wound for about 2 days now. Laz, so you're quote unquote reading the book.
I'm reading the book. My unseen servant, while he's still around, is going to. I'm going to sit in front of him, and he's going to hold it right in front of my face and flip the pages for me.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit kind of relaxed.
Are you trying to do anything in particular, or are you just like flipping pages?
Just flipping
looking at
pages,
it?
trying to understand it. I'm very curious about it. It's very. Laz has never seen anything like this. He's definitely not as scared as everyone about it for some reason.
Yeah, periodically as you flip through the pages, you get like headers of what looks like a new kind of a chapter or a new section maybe, and you also notice in black ink periodically there's another scrawl of writings. Looks like the same language, but it's definitely different writing than the original writing in the book, and it's kind of like. It's small little sections and then kind of lines and arrows pointing at things like someone was making notes. And a few of the diagrams have like things circled here and there.
Are the diagrams anything I can make out as far as, are they people shaped? Is there anything kind of to them that would click anything for him?
There's some shapes are too vague to tell. A few shapes are humanoid-ish. Some have like what looks like maybe birds. You do see one which is familiar to you, and you see the circle that the Barlgura came from when you guys were in the cave. So you see that as a diagram.
This is really interesting, Ace. This is how they brought the little monkey thing to come fight us twice.
Great.
Could be useful.
Could be.
If we can figure out how to control one.
You're hearing
No.
this, Taric, just for reference.
We're not
Because you're
gonna do
standing
that, no.
near him.
Oh, good God. It could be useful or it could be incredibly dangerous. These things do not come without a price.
You saw what happened to the 8 cultists who summoned it, right?
It's true.
They all died with blood coming out of their eyes, right?
Yes, but maybe they're just not very good.
And you
At
think
magic.
you're good at it?
I think I'm pretty good at it.
In terms of summoning magic.
Oh, I could learn a little more about it.
Okay, man. Are you done with it? Can I burn it now, or?
I thought we were keeping it.
We're burying it. Hence the hole.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Burn, bury, dig it back up, take
All in favor of getting rid of the book in some way.
Aye. I'm continuing to dig.
Fonkin's like confused.
And all in favor of keeping the book.
Laz. Taric.
Was I supposed to be voting?
Oh my god.
Do you want to keep or destroy or get rid of the book?
To be clear, when I voted yes, I don't think Laz should have it at all.
I mean, that's just rude.
What do you wanting to do with it then?
Bring it to a chantry or a church of some kind and have them identify it or figure out what we should do with it.
I don't
Purify it.
think we should keep it.
The sooner we're rid of it, the better. I don't care
No,
who
there's
finds it after
something-
us, but we won't have it.
Can I touch it again and kind of get a sense
No.
of it?
No.
No. But Laz is touching it.
Nobody else but
Actually,
me
I'm
and
not
Laz
touching
can
it.
touch it. Right?
That's also true.
I don't think. Yeah, Laz, have you actually touched it at all yet?
I had it in my hands,
You had
but
it in your
shoved
hands,
it
yeah.
at Eric.
Yeah, that's true.
We have both already touched it. I touched and read it. He touched and read it. He's probably cursed now too. For the safety reasons, I would say.
The spirit of it.
I could try and ask my goddess about it.
Sure,
Could you try and ask yours?
I can try. I've heard half a sentence from her, so.
Are you sure?
You know, now that you bring it up, no. Because it could have been the book. Because I had the book when
It's speaking to you.
it could have been.
Great. Just dandy. Why am I here?
So wait,
am I
wait. So you thought you might have had your goddess speak to you?
That's what I assumed, but now that we've got this cursed book, now I'm thinking that it very well could have just been
What
the
did
book.
you hear?
It was just like, you know, I can hear you kind of thing. I've been trying for a few nights, so that's why. More things are to come, basically, and then that was it.
That does sound fairly ominous.
It is very ominous, which makes me think there's a good chance that it's the human skin book.
Oh.
Can we maybe not call it that?
What else should we call it?
The curse?
Skin book?
People
The
leather.
dumb book? The
People
curse-
leather? Dumb book?
Dead
Does it
dead
matter?
weight
I mean,
book?
we're breaking it.
Blood
so-
book.
Blood book.
Blood
Yeah,
book.
the
There
blood
you go.
book.
Blood book.
That sounds horrible too.
That's a really good name.
Yep.
Okay, can I start throwing sacred flames at it now?
Can you even read anything it says?
No, I can't read it.
Araby
You
walks
can't
over to
read it.
Laz and like looks over his shoulder.
Don't read it. Please
You
do
can't.
not read
You can't grab my eyes, so I can try and look at it.
it. I'm not going to do anything.
Laz tries to
I'm
grab
asking.
her eyes.
Oh no!
kidding.
No!
I can't stop him from reading it, but I'm saying it cursed me. Probably cursed him.
Laz reluctantly has the servant close the book and
Thank you.
hand it over.
Okay.
So I'm burning it.
All right, go ahead.
Sounds like
Do it.
You said last time that you were the one that did the thing with the fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try the fire again then, and I'm just going to throw it into the fire.
Make me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, roll decently. Come on, you can do it.
I know I can. Except for the part where I'm going to roll a 1. Nope, 19.
That's good.
That's 25.
You used to roll that high when you're
Okay.
trying to contact a certain goddess.
You stand there for what seems like a while in your mind, and like you're done with this thing.
Yep.
Toss it into the fire, and it bounces, and the logs kind of get disturbed, and the fire poofs around, and it's now in the fire.
Is it on fire?
You wait for a little bit, and sometimes things don't burst into flame immediately, and nothing happens to it yet.
I pause my digging briefly to watch what happens to it.
I'm gonna take my completely flawless sword and just kind of try to flip it out of the fire to see if it's
You used your
Flip
sword.
it out of the fire.
well, just flip it, see if I can get a better
See
view.
if it's working, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you kind of poke it and lift it a little bit here
Does
and
it,
there.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Does it smell like bacon?
Doesn't smell like anything.
Oh, is it smoking?
No, as you kind of poke at it and move it around, the Yeah, it seems like it's perfectly intact, other than the damage that was caused to it earlier by the
This
radiance.
isn't working.
Okay, well then I know what will.
Is it still
I'm
cut?
completely like I'm
It
done
is.
with this book. I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it's
No, I mean
not
it's just
on
another
fire.
D6. I'm not doing a little too. 10 damage. 10 radiant damage.
10 radiant damage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you your guiding bolt hits it, and after the light fades, you look closer at it, and there's like almost what looks like a big cigarette burn that kind of seems to be almost having punched through the front cover.
Okay, I'm literally very, very tired of this book. I'm just gonna keep throwing sacred flames at it until it's gone because it seems to be working. So, 4 damage,
Okay.
1 damage,
Is anyone doing anything?
4 damage.
He's like,
Aravae sits
Incantation
cross-legged, and she's
Another
she's
8
just watching this happen.
another 2 damage, 1 damage,
I'm like
1 damage.
Backing
Just stop me
away.
whenever 1 damage.
make a wisdom save.
That is 24.
Okay. You keep at it. You take 2 psychic damage.
Don't care. I'm gonna keep going. 1 damage, 2 damage.
So you're starting to notice as you keep casting these. What are you casting again?
Just sacred flames.
Sacred
at it.
flames. Yeah, it is starting to like bits are being burnt, not by the fire, but you slowly see more like scorch marks and more pages start to get crispy and whatnot.
6 damage. 7 damage.
Make me another wisdom saving throw.
12
Oh.
wisdom.
Okay, you take 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And you pause for a moment before casting again. It's kind of working.
Okay. Can I keep going?
Do you want to keep going?
I want to be done with this book. I mean, is it even legible anymore? Like, is it...
I mean, it's in a fire, so you probably can't read it from there.
Like, is it how...
Like there's like burnt pages now, and like the outsides are looking pretty charred in a lot of places. Some pages are burnt away, some are like singed.
Okay.
It's definitely taken a lot of damage.
I'm gonna keep going. I know I sound like a crazy person, but
Okay.
you guys keep
going.
doing whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna keep
Does anyone do
it?
anything? You guys all, whoever's watching, notice that he like stops for a brief period
I
of
was
time
watching.
before continuing.
19, by
Hey,
the way,
Captain.
just from whatever rolled so
Okay.
far.
No, no.
23,
Yeah.
You recall how
24,
much
29,
the
31,
advisor to the king said they were going
39.
to pay us for this?
I do not, off the
42.
top of my head,
Another
it wasn't
wisdom
really my concern. at that
Eric.
moment.
Okay, definitely hear that in your brain, really loud.
16.
Okay.
Speak in the brain.
You
Well,
take 5.
She yells in
psychic
her
damage.
the mind talk.
I have about 14 HP.
I don't think that you
I
connected.
don't know. Are we?
I don't think so.
Never mind.
Not
She
since
definitely
we
does it anyways, not knowing whether or not they are. So she's waiting to see if she is her.
8 damage. 16
Are there any
damage.
physical indications? Like, is his
19
nose
damage.
bleeding? Like,
20
he's taking
damage.
damage.
Like Ace?
Yeah.
23 damage.
No physical
31
indications.
damage.
As soon as she realizes that
35 damage,
Eric doesn't hear her, she
36
takes a rock and
damage.
throws it at him. A small one, a
at who?
small pebble.
36, 43
Eric.
damage.
Eric. Okay.
48 damage.
Okay. Stop for a sec.
Okay.
A couple things are happening.
Zoned out.
You're
right
throwing
there.
a rock at Eric.
Yeah, because he was asking how much we were going to get paid for the job while I'm in front of the princess.
Roll a dex roll.
Okay, just a dex?
Yeah, just d20 plus dex.
Like
D20 plus your dex.
plus
mod.
4. 14.
Yeah, you throw a rock and it bounces off of his
Yeah.
like.
I'm not trying to like hit him
Armor,
in the
but-
head or anything.
Yeah, it
just
does
like,
kind of donk off your armor, Eric.
Donk.
and
What,
she
do you
makes a
remember?
face at him.
I'm gonna walk over with my sword again and fully flip it out of the fire.
What are you freaking out about?
Okay.
See if
If the princess notices her, she's gonna be like,
Princess has been watching the
Doing something.
the burning of the book.
And Aravae just like then gets up and walks over to Airic and just has like a quiet conversation, basically just saying, "We'll talk about it later. Maybe let's not talk about that in front of the princess." And
Are you worried of offending the princess?
I just feel like if I was being rescued, I wouldn't want to hear about the people rescuing me who are just doing it for the money of it, but because I am loved and wanted.
I don't even know the lady.
48.
I'm doing work.
Yeah, but what if it was
14.
you? When I came and rescued you, I didn't do it because I was getting paid.
And you're a wonderful soul for it.
You're welcome.
But I'm not you.
At this point, he's getting pretty pissed.
No,
Higher
it's true.
expenses.
We'll
He'll
talk,
be like,
but
"Lads, out
that's
of the
my
way, and I'm
point.
gonna
We'll
cast
talk about it
Moonbeam
later.
on the book."
Oh, you're what?
Make me a wisdom save.
Okay, I need to be put in the loop. What happened?
21 for the wisdom save.
Okay.
Okay, while we're having this conversation,
You take 5 more psychic damage.
Okay, 9 HP.
is that on the fire that you're
Can you
casting it?
tell me when there's a physical indication of the pain?
Make me a perception check.
I have a
So
question.
every time I do Sacred Flame now for the next minute, which is 10 times, it'll be Moonbeam damage as well to it, right? Because the
Natural
Moonbeam
20
damage is radiant.
for 20.
Wow. Wow.
You notice periodically when Ace is like, because he's casting the same spell over and over. Periodically, you see him like wince, like like the brain freeze kind of feeling.
Ace.
What?
Wait, did you just set off the moonbeam?
Not yet.
Not yet, I'm waiting.
Ace. Are you okay there, bud? You seem to be in pain.
Every time I burn it, it hurts me. Let me keep going.
If it's hurting you, I don't know if that's a great idea.
I want to be done with it.
I mean, it's me saying it's not a great idea.
I want to be done with it.
Oh, man.
Lass, I can heal myself if I get hurt enough. Moonbeam onto it.
Okay.
Which I got a 21 for the wisdom save, which I took the 5 damage from.
Yep.
So
Okay. So you guys see a moonbeam appear from the dark sky onto the fire, with the book kind of right in the center of it.
Aravae immediately jumps up and yells at Ace. What are you doing?
not gonna answer that. 20.
Are you casting another moonbeam?
It keeps going.
Like the moonbeam?
The moonbeam keeps going, so it's
Okay,
it goes for a minute.
Okay, Aravae walks
18
up,
total
runs
38.
up to Ace, just like, you're going to give away our location.
I'm done with this book.
Yeah, but there are other things here.
Wisdom save.
Thank you.
As soon as she said we'll give away
16.
our location, I immediately start scanning everywhere around us, listening, looking as far as my human eyes will look into the darkness.
Okay, you're keeping an eye. You're
I'm telling Ace
telling him to
off.
stop. Ace, you take 9 psychic damage.
Okay, I'm passed out now.
He just passes out?
He just passes.
Yeah, you guys notice he like he doesn't just pass out. Like his face kind of contorts all of a sudden, like someone slapped him in the head without slapping him in the head, and the moonbeam dissipates. Ace falls
Aravae
over.
definitely like, oh my goodness. And then she reaches into her pouch and she immediately takes out her healer's kit to stabilize him.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to roll. That's the healer's kit feature, I'm pretty sure.
And she's going to
So
Take a
say,
long rest. I'm not gonna do
nobody,
the hours thing. 'cause
nobody heal him.
as this is
Literally
happening,
reaching out to do
Don't stop. She slaps his hand. Listen, okay, hold on. Okay.
sorry, before you, as this is happening, Princess again like walks up next to Taric and like grabs onto your arm. It's like, is he okay?
He is going to be. Taric does not even give a fuck right now because his best friend just went down. Like, he's going to be.
Okay.
He's going to be.
So hold on.
Alright.
Hold no.
What is happening?
I've stabilized him. This book is doing something to him. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop until it's destroyed. It's not.
What is the
being
current condition of the
destroyed.
book, by the way?
Yep.
Right now, the book is in very rough shape. Like a lot of the pages are completely like gone, burnt away. There's probably not a single page that isn't damaged by like sacred flames and moonbeams.
Is it reforming by any chance?
Doesn't appear to be, no.
That's a very much a Gavin idea, not a last idea.
He just completely wiped himself out trying to destroy this thing.
He did. I've never seen Laz act like this. Or, not Laz, sorry. Ace.
I
We
know,
all do it.
I know you don't want me to have the book. But I can carry the book so he doesn't do us.
No, we're not going to carry the book with us.
I don't
There's
know.
a hole in the ground that Airic has been working really hard on.
It's a good hole. It's like 3 feet deep.
We need to bury it and just walk away. We need to be rid of it. We're in the middle of nowhere.
That still gives someone the opportunity to take it.
It's 3 feet deep.
Oh no, not 3 feet.
No one's going to know that it's here.
I mean, there will be a little mound.
Not if
we-
you're like flattening.
If we leave it here,
Put some bushes on
we
it.
won't have it.
Is Ace okay?
He's stable.
That's
He's stable?
He's yeah. If you want, I can heal him and bring him like present.
Yes, I do.
You want okay.
I can talk to him. We can.
If you want to deal with whatever madness is going on inside of him right now.
If we bury it, if we can't destroy it right now, if we're burying it, should we make a note of where it is?
Aravae is now realizing that Laz thinks it's a good idea, so she's going to cast Cure Wounds and grab Ace on the shoulder.
Should we make a note and maybe tell someone where it is when we get to
Ace.
Elzirat?
What?
How much
Ace.
do you heal him for?
That is totally a thing. Hold on.
This is the
Where's
first
my
one.
spell?
D8 plus your wisdom.
D8
Thank
plus
you,
wisdom,
thank
yeah.
you guys. D8 plus my wisdom.
Plus your whiz.
Okay, well it's 1 plus my wisdom, which is 2. So it's a total 3.
Okay. I'm up.
You're up. You feel a big headache.
Yeah. I assume so.
Yep.
Whoa.
Ace.
What happened?
Don't get up.
You
just
passed
just take it easy.
out.
What happened?
I thought you had it. You passed out. The moonbeam was down and you just passed out.
That was
What
a little
happened?
reckless.
When I was burning the book, it kept doing, mental damage to me. Gave me a big headache. But, I mean, that just really cemented in the fact that this thing, needs to go. Is it, did it work? Is it gone?
It's not
Did you
quite,
flip it out of the fire?
It's out of the fire, yeah.
not quite gone yet, but
Yeah, you can see it like laying next to the fire there, like in ruinous form.
I ever so slightly take notice when he mentions that
wait.
he was essentially being given a giant headache by the book, and it hurt him to the point of knocking him unconscious. I don't react other than like perking up a little bit.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Is there no other way to do damage to this thing?
What I was doing was working.
Yeah, no.
I am getting in between him and the
No,
book.
she definitely puts her hand on his shoulder to prevent him from getting up.
As it's going to start ritually casting Unseen Servant.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Come on, I can keep this up.
I don't know.
There has to
Don't
be
think
another
so.
way to deal with it, because as much as I know you want to deal with this and just have this be over, this is dangerous. And
Is
I
it
don't
working?
want to lose you. It's
We're seeing results out of it. I ain't going to bed knowing that thing might be cursing me.
well then we'll
And
figure
Laz.
we'll figure something out tonight, but you're done for tonight. All right?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
13.
The natural one.
So you say okay and you relax for a moment, And then you change your mind.
Oh,
Oh, change your mind for like in what way?
He wants to keep going.
Okay, I just kind of I relax my grip on his shoulder because he's just like.
yep.
Okay.
He said okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Where is the book now? Anyways,
Still on the ground.
still on the ground in the fire.
No, he
Right by the fire.
Laz kind of
Right by
like
it.
poked it out of the fire.
I don't think the actual fire was doing anything
I'm gonna
anyways.
put a hand on myself and do second level cure wounds.
Okay.
Man, I hope we don't.
I go over to the book. I look at it.
15 HP.
Okay.
So I'm at 18.
I just try to stab it. Like,
Do I notice him heal himself like that?
Yeah, it's obvious that
Okay,
he's
okay.
casting a spell.
I'm just
recognize
assuming
it.
he wants to feel better.
I assume. Do I just auto
Are
hit?
you attacking it?
Yeah, I'm attacking
Yeah,
it.
just roll damage.
You're stabbing
You
it?
can like two-hand stab it or one-hand stab it.
Yeah, I'll
whatever you
definitely
want.
two-hand stab. Or slash. It'd be a D8?
If your two-hand is D10,
D10. Alright.
assuming you're using a longsword.
Yes. That's 10 damage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like stab, and so many pages are like burnt and missing that
Yeah.
you stab through it and you feel your sword like kind of puncture into the ground.
Does it sound like a watermelon being stabbed?
No, it doesn't. You take 4 psychic damage for doing that.
I'm gonna take
And,
real life
like-
psychic damage.
And as you do so, like a little bit of blood kind of like poofs out, but it doesn't splat very far.
Okay.
Doesn't splat very
Hey,
hard.
lads.
Somebody's.
What do you need me for? He's currently concentrating on ritually casting.
Oh, right. How much healing do you have left?
Why?
I'm just asking.
I have some.
Why?
Okay. What about you, Aravae?
How much healing do I have?
How much
The
healing
book
do you have?
looked
Well,
like it
I mean,
took damage, right?
you- I think I
Which
can.
we can tell.
I only
Alright,
have maybe
let's stab
2
it again.
spells
Guys, we're gonna kill
Amy-
ourselves over a book.
today
Good. Roll damage.
left.
I'm not going
Maybe,
to die.
but we have the night that we have to sleep
0
through.
is 10, right?
Yeah, 0's a 10.
Nice. That's 13.
Very nice.
Okay. You take 8 psychic damage.
Oh no, dude! I'm busy answering Ace, so I'm not paying attention to
Ace. Ace.
Yeah, and you guys who are paying enough attention see Taric wince the same as Ace did earlier.
The book takes damage. You don't have to be the only one. From physical weapons, just as much as magical and godlike powers that apparently you have.
Great. Let's destroy it.
What? No.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what he was
Yes.
doing before this.
Thank
And
you, Taric.
Until
Guys are
reason.
ridiculous. We've just been chased and werewolves, and now this stupid book. I mean,
Tell me about it.
I just.
Laz, you want to take a shot?
I'm good.
I mean, I think. Okay, fine. You're going to do this.
Fine by me. Boom, Sacred Flame.
There
One
you
more.
go. You're gonna do it.
5 damage onto it.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working.
Getting back up and right back into it.
Yep. I'll take another stab.
Okay.
We're just ganging up on this book. We're just like, where? Slam! Like, just ganging up.
There's the low roll. 4 damage.
Somebody's gonna start kicking it.
Okay. Taric, you take 2 psychic damage.
Oh god.
Arave's just
5
gonna
more
look
damage.
at
4 more damage.
Eric
7 damage.
with a look
6 damage.
with a look of concern for these guys.
10.
They can make their own choices.
Hold that thought.
I don't disagree.
Ace, you take 11 psychic damage.
Okay.
Are you out again?
No. Level 1 cure wounds on myself. I have 1 more. No. 2 more first level spell slots left. Right?
Guys.
If I
Okay.
can't convince him to stop, I'm
Guys.
gonna help him.
That's a nat 20 for the
checks
wisdom
out.
save. So that's 26.
Yeah.
So I can cast cure wounds on myself.
Yes. What were you asking, Hannah?
8.
No, all I
So-
said was that I
11.
while this is happening, Aravae just looks at Eric with a profound look of concern for these two. And you made a good point of
11
these
damage.
guys can make this decision for themselves.
3 damage.
Sorry, Taric, did you attack it again?
Yeah, I did.
How much?
11 damage.
Okay.
Yo, Fonk, what are you doing this whole time?
I'm just chilling.
Just vibing.
It's just like, what is happening?
I don't want
already
any part of this.
Taric, you take 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
I'm at 10 damage onto the book right now. 17 damage onto the book. 22 damage onto the book. 28 damage onto the
One
book.
more wisdom save.
That's 19.
18. Okay. You take 5 more psychic damage.
It's fine, I'm at 10.
Okay, at this point, Arabe's gonna walk up to Taric and just very calmly, Taric, I know you want to help Ace with this, but it's already knocked him out once. We need you to not be knocked out.
He needs to be let go of this, and this seems to be the only way to make it work.
So let him do it.
And I take another swing at the book.
Right.
Guys,
That's another 12 damage.
Taric, you take another 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
You're still up.
I am still
How
up.
do you ask? How much health do you have?
I have 33 health. And I am down to 3 HP.
Okay.
oh my
14.
gosh!
21, 26, 31.
One more wisdom save.
Okay. That is 20 modified.
Okay. You take 1 psychic damage.
Thank God.
Can I tell how their condition?
Cure wounds on myself.
They're both like as they're doing this, they're like wincing, obviously.
No, I know that's causing them pain. I'd like to see if I can figure out how they are with their health. Like, are they gonna? Do they look like they're about to fall over?
What health are you guys at?
I'm at
9.
3.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Taric looks haggard.
Yeah.
I'm at like just
Ace,
below half.
Ace looked at and healed himself, but as you pause and cast the cure wounds on yourself and take a breath, the book begins to burn away on its own. You see like white and red flame kind of envelop it for a few moments, and it begins to burn into kind of its own little fire, essentially. It burns for about 20 to 30 seconds,
Okay.
and all of a sudden the fire stops. You see a pile of ash.
You did it.
This is the action.
Oh my
At this
gosh, you guys are.
Let's go!
Get it in the hole. Get it in the hole. Come on.
Get the ass.
Arabe?
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. I'm grabbing all the ashes, I'm throwing them in the hole. Yeah, I'm done with this book.
At this point, Liza's finished casting.
Yep.
Alright, ready to dig the book, put in the hole?
Oh my gosh, I forgot you were doing that.
He was concentrating, so he hasn't really seen this.
Nothing to worry about anymore, boys. Nothing to worry about.
Arabe stands like she is pissed at both of these idiots, and she's just death glaring both of them. Turns around, walks to the tree line, sets up her hammock, and angrily climbs the tree and cocoons.
What does angry climbing look like?
Angrily climbs.
Like ripping branches off the tree.
Yeah, actually, maybe she does rip a branch or two. She is mad.
Okay.
You guys
I'm
can
going for a high
sleep
five on the
that
Taric
off.
right there.
Yeah. Oh.
That's been the biggest opponent so far.
Yep. Big
That
bad.
was like 500 sacred flame damage right there, I'm pretty sure.
That was
Somewhere in that
pretty silly.
ballpark.
I don't know if it was that much. It was a lot.
Like, it was a lot, though. It was
Yeah,
like...
it was
a good
it was a
No, I
few
went
hundred
500.
for sure, I think.
amount. A couple hundred.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
So you pick up the ashes and
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick them up in a big pile and throw it into the hole. Let's bury this thing.
Immediately start burying it.
okay. Yeah, at this point the princess is like just watching, and then like as the fire kind of burned down and you guys went and grabbed the ashes, she just sort of like breathed like a visible sigh of relief and just doesn't say anything and just walks over to her little sleeping area and just like, sits down.
Alright.
Arave's cocooned.
Get some sleep, Ace.
She's mad.
You deserve it.
Before it goes to bed, because I know everybody's still like kind of roughly awake, I'm just gonna kind of stand up and just announce to the group a little bit. Just listen. I know everybody doesn't agree with what just happened, but it's my call. All right, if you're gonna be mad at somebody, you can be mad at me. Don't be mad at Taric over there. All right, he's just being a good friend. So, just making that abundantly clear.
Aravae uncocoons herself for a minute. I am especially mad at you, Taric, and then she cocoons again.
Don't worry about her. That was awesome.
I kind of lean over to Tara and be like, well, she'll get over it in the morning.
Everyone's
And she will yell, "No, I won't!"
people are like going to bed, and Laz just kind of stands by the fire. Is anyone keeping watch tonight?
Yeah, I'm not going to sleep.
I'll keep watch. Feeling good.
No.
Feeling real good.
Alright, I guess I'll go to sleep then. Wake me up if anything happens. You need me.
Fonkin? Sure thing, boss.
You alright with watching?
Sure.
You okay with watching with me?
Sure.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
He's feeling good.
I'm gonna go to bed then.
relieved.
If these two are watching, at least for the first watch, I'll go to bed and I'll let wake up for the second watch if no one else is. Actually, if someone wakes me up, I'll wake up.
Okay, everybody else goes to bed. Fonkin and Ace.
I'm staying up.
People just hear angry
So you get
murmuring
3 watchers
until.
tonight, unless you
it-
tell someone else.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, as people are drifting off to sleep, everyone just hears like this angry, like mumbling coming from up in the tree line.
So currently, Airic, Ace, and Fonkin have all said they're going to stay up.
Yeah, sure, go with it.
Okay. Are any of you doing anything on your watch?
Definitely gonna try to pray. Now that the book seems to be dealt with.
I'll walk around the forest more for mushrooms.
Okay.
Nice.
Keeping an eye out.
Watching is not watching.
Well, I'm looking in the forest.
I love it.
That's true.
Oh yes.
I guess I will light a torch and just kind of do perimeter laps. Maybe like fiddling with my tinder box because I can't actually light a cigarette right now. So I'm just like flicking my lighter essentially.
Okay. Ace, what'd you roll?
19.
19.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, you would. What do you pray? Anything in specific?
I would like to know if the curse from the book has been lifted or not. And I would also like to know if that was Saloon speaking to me on that night.
So that's what you're praying for.
That's what I'm praying for.
Okay. You concentrate real hard and you're feeling really good about the whole last hour or so that transpired. And you don't hear nothing, but every time you stop thinking about like what you're praying about, you hear like static in your head, like a quiet TV static is probably the best way I can describe it. And you do not get a response.
Okay. Okay. So every time I stop thinking.
Yeah, like once you leave space for being talked at or like having something come to mind, it's just static.
Okay. Weird. Alright.
Maybe you need to fix your in town.
Yeah, maybe.
You all make me a perception check?
All of us?
Watchers.
Thank you, I was gonna say.
Surprise!
I mean, considering this is like the perception check, would I be able to guidance it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. That's God.
9. Because, of course.
10.
Withdrawal.
14.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied a little bit.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Nice.
God.
Yeah, Eric, you're kind of preoccupied with your tinderbox, and
I keep searching my pockets. I swear I had a
got it
little
somewhere.
pouch somewhere.
Ace, you're kind of focused on your prayer. Fonkin, you take a good kind of look and listen around the forest. Again, nothing sounds out of place. You find more common mushrooms.
Yay!
You also find some leaves that you would recognize to be like a tobacco style leaf.
Yeah, I'll pick those up.
Cool.
Hey, I didn't say I'm giving them to you.
You're gonna drive for
Nice.
a real long time.
And then Fonkin, you come back to camp after kind of making good rounds and everything.
I want to try to reverse pickpocket them to Taric. Is it Taric or Eric?
Reverse
Eric.
pickpocket?
Eric,
We
okay,
need to
yeah.
plant?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking.
Surprise!
You wanna
Tobacco.
okay. Yeah, you could make me.
It's like-
How are you wanting to do it? Like, are you gonna try and put it on him, or like in his bag? Or...
Where do you keep your tobacco? Do you have like a little pouch for it? Do you just put
I
it loose in
assume
the
I
bag?
have a pouch like on my belt or in my jacket pocket or something.
Okay, well that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to put it.
I have
Sure.
a jacket. I don't have a cloak.
You can make me a sleight of hand check.
I would have a lucky jacket.
I think you do. Like,
14.
3 plus
14.
like something like it.
Those pouches over there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You're fairly kind of quiet about it, and Eric, you're kind of looking off into the distance. A twig snapped.
I got my torch.
Yeah. And Falcon kind of stops nearby you, and as you're looking out, and then wanders off somewhere else.
I also. Sorry. Go ahead.
You see anything? Hear anything? How's it going out there?
All quiet.
Good.
I also want to. I want to plant some mushrooms on Aravae.
Okay, she's
Up
up
in the
in a
tree,
tree.
okay.
Just like throw them in her little cocoon or something like that.
Okay.
How do you throw it in the cocoon when it's a cocoon?
Well, you can.
I'm sure you have like a little air pocket or air hole or something.
Well, you'll have to make an acrobatics check to climb the tree quietly enough.
I think you could plant it just fine.
Ooh, 21.
Ooh!
Yeah, you can scamper up the tree, no
So
problem.
good.
Aravae's asleep by this point, so you sort of like
She's all
figure
angry,
out that
muttered out.
you can probably like uncocoon a little bit and just plant some mushrooms and close it back up.
Excellent.
Okay. So you guys kind of wrap up your watches, and it's all been quiet.
I'm gonna poke Laz awake. It's your watch.
I like that you kind of turned Bostonian there for a second. It's your watch.
Yeah, no, I'll just find a quiet tree to sit against. Go to sleep.
Is anyone else watching with me?
I don't know. Is anyone
I
else?
assume the other two
anyone
guys
else
are
up?
up still, but
I'm not going to bed.
You're gonna just not sleep?
I'm not going to bed.
Is Ace gonna do the same thing he did last time?
Where's the princess sleeping? Curious.
She's kind of sleeping not far from the fire. You guys, when you put your beds down, she sort of picked a spot that was in between people. Probably in between, like, Taric and Ace's beds, most likely.
Too big. Sorry?
Her bed is sort of in between Taric and Ace's beds.
Okay.
She's got the dynamic duo flanking her.
Sandwich.
Don't say that.
So, Eric, you trying to stay up?
Dirty mind person?
Yes.
dirty mind person.
Dirty mind person.
Good one.
No,
Why does that
to be clear,
What?
to be clear, Eric is the dirty mind person.
Eric?
Eric, he has mind powers, and he's physically filthy right now. So he's a
got the
dirty
whole-
mind person.
He's a dirty mind person. I am very proud of that one.
It was good. It was real good.
Wow.
So,
guys.
Eric, you're trying to stay up.
Good
Yes.
gravy.
Ace, are you staying up or are you going to bed after your watch?
Go to bed.
Hell yeah, man.
Luke just leaves and goes to bed.
Okay, see ya.
Walks away, flapping his elbows.
That's probably what Ace is doing. He's like, yeah,
Very
did
stylish.
it. Okay, so Eric is staying up. Laz has been woken up. Are you guys waking up anyone else, or is it just gonna be Eric and Laz?
Well, she's not pissed at me, but I also just don't want to go through the effort of trying to go up a tree to get her. So I'm not getting Aravae. Terry over there took a mental beating and seemed tired, so I'm leaving him and everyone else.
Okay. Alright, so Eric, you try to stay up, and Laz, you're feeling pretty fresh so far.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty quiet right now. Is there anything you guys are doing, or just kind of keeping an eye out?
I'll offer to play a card game or something with him.
I got dice. You know how to play dice?
Sure.
Why?
I'm a quick study.
Sure.
I
Play
don't.
some dice.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fully roleplay all that out, so we don't have to
that's
burn more
fine.
time.
We can just.
So you guys are playing.
But we can.
Eric, make me
watch.
a Constitution saving throw.
That was quite the
Dramatic.
journey.
16.
16. Okay, you guys are playing, and like you, Ace or Laz, you can tell that like his eyes are getting droopy. He's still awake, but
Bet something good.
Do you want? I can manage this.
Hmm?
You can just go to sleep. The book is burnt. Keep an eye out for everything. We're fine. Just go to bed. You know what's really great before bed? It's a little massage.
Don't put your hands on me.
I won't.
Don't put that thing's hands on me neither.
He has a name.
It does?
I haven't thought of one yet, but I'm sure he does.
Well, when he tells you his name, let me know. Or don't.
You can go to bed.
You ever seen anything like this before?
Like what?
Like fucking everything? Like a bug the size of a sheepdog?
Oh, the mole?
Like a big blue and red monster beast come out of symbols in the ground that people died to bring here?
I mean, to be fair, most things are pretty new to me.
Bunch of corpses come walking out of the woods?
You know, as far as I can tell, this is just kind of like standard affair for us. For our types.
I got fried within an inch of my life by a wizard
But
with
you,
shot lightning out of his hands.
but you didn't die.
I came right close.
Are you afraid of dying?
I've never seen anything like this before. I'm a thief. I work jobs for people in town. I steal things, I plant things, break into folks' homes if they need me to.
this is good intel for you.
I don't.
No one else here.
No.
Everyone else here would be very interested. Les, this is normal.
It's just work, It doesn't make me who I am as a person, but it's, it's work. It's the skills that I happen to have, and
I mean,
that's it. I work with people who live in cities, who want things put places, or occasionally people dealt with lethally or otherwise, and that's what I do.
Does Aravae know mostly everything of what you just said, or parts of it?
Maybe
Because I'm going to need to know what part she doesn't know, because I feel like Hannah did know some of these parts.
just hints of it,
Okay, go ahead.
But this is nothing I've ever seen or dealt with. Curses, walking corpses, giant insects, demons, wizards,
I mean, to be fair,
all of it.
To be fair, I haven't met anyone who can talk to a person's mind like you can. I'm not 100% sure that's true, because you haven't done it with me.
It's really not much of anything. It's just a
Yes, you're right. Talking to a person's mind is very, very normal.
whatever. It's just a thing from when I was a kid. It's not like a skill. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I've never seen this. This is crazy. This is insane.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
I
of...
want to leave.
Do you?
I want to run away. I'm sick of being out in the fucking woods with crazy shit coming at us. I don't even know how much we're going to get paid for this. The town gave us, what, like a handful of gold pieces worthy enough for like a couple weeks stay in an inn? Like, that's not enough. I almost died 3 times. It's not enough. I don't know what is enough, but gold's the only thing I have to go off, so it better be a fucking lot of gold.
How much gold do you think we should get paid for
I
this?
have no idea. Whatever I think of, it's not going to be enough. Or whatever they give us, it's not going to be enough. I don't know. I don't rescue princesses. I'm not a whatever it is person who rescues a princess. I happened to be in a spot and I kind of got caught up in it all. This isn't what I do. I take easy jobs for easy coin and I spend it on fast living and nice things while I have it, and then I take more jobs and I repeat. That's what I do.
I mean, that's more or less what I do.
Great.
And this is just part of my job.
Did you do this for work?
I mean, I do whatever comes up.
Well, this ain't never come up for me before.
So now you have new experiences to put on your resume. And as far, I mean, beyond just being scared all the time, you're handling this quite well. You seem to handle yourself quite decently in a little scraps.
I handle myself well when I know what to expect. I mean, when faced with unexpected, it's not like I'm just gonna freeze up or fall over. Doesn't mean I like it.
I mean, at this point, my experience is most things I experience are unexpected. I don't know,
That's fair.
and I've just found it much easier to not freak out about anything. Just kind of roll with it. Have a good time.
A good time.
Take what you want when you need it.
Yeah, I can't say no to that.
Speaking of, he's going to reach into his wallet. Just to tide you over for now. I'm going to drop 15 gold coins in your hand.
15?
15.
What's this? I didn't even beat you at dice.
Just so you stick around a little longer.
Fair enough. I take the gold.
I know you have something to bet.
Yes, I do. I didn't wake up 6 months ago or however long ago it was. I've, lived a life. I've seen a life's worth of stuff so far. This isn't what I'm used to. And it's not what I'd like to get used to.
I mean, you could always just leave. No one's going to force you to stay. I mean, I think we'd miss you. You add a certain charm.
You think so?
I think you're alright.
There's a certain safety in numbers, so they say.
Why do you think I'm here? Have you seen what I do?
Some of it.
don't do a whole lot of hidden stuff. So I find people who can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Go to bed. What if I pay you to go to bed?
How much is it worth to you?
Honestly, not very much. I'm just trying to let you sleep.
One more game.
Make a Constitution save.
Wow. 20 total.
He's holding up all right.
He is holding up somehow. But you can tell though, like he's holding on during this. It'd be so easy to win. You guys are playing. You both make perception checks.
Oh, come on. You better just fail a con save. 6, 9 again.
9.
Oh my. Twinsies!
And you guys are concentrating a little hard on your next game.
Lads should never watch.
But thankfully, nothing happens.
Lovely.
The rest of the evening passes without incident.
Yes.
You guys get your long rest. Those of you that
Oh, you
took
need
a bit of mind whip damage of mild proportions, or
Did,
He was casting Tasha's mind whip.
Did I stay up all night then?
no, I think
That's a
eventually
good question.
you've like fell asleep playing dice, and
Okay.
Laz probably carried you to bed.
Would you have carried him to bed?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Aw.
Let me lie where I fell.
I've already done it with Fonkin and you.
To be fair, it's a lot easier with me.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. But things pass without incident. You guys wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to make the last little push
Yeah. Laz
to
is
get yourselves home.
eager
Or
to
at
get
least
home.
back there, and
Aravae
then figure out what to do.
Home.
Gets up.
Elzirat.
Rolls up her hammock and is just quiet.
Do you see the mushrooms at all?
Oh yeah, I do see the mushrooms.
Yeah, you.
She wakes
you
up.
would.
First, she's a little confused. I feel like out of everyone who could have done that, I feel like she would suspect Fonkin. Which,
Laz also did take an interest in these mushrooms.
yeah, but Laz wouldn't climb a tree.
But he's very mischievous.
But he wouldn't climb a tree.
He can throw.
It wouldn't have gone in. Is that the point of the hammock cocoon thing? Like someone would have to open it up a little and then like put something inside of it. Because it's how like you keep off the rain and stuff.
Maybe he used his unseen servant.
Stop putting words in his mouth. You make this hard for me.
Continue on.
She suspects Fonkin. I feel like. Which does make her really happy. But then she's back to being really sour. Especially today.
Okay.
Laz is like, all right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Almost
God,
home. I mean, home. I don't really have a home, do I? Fine.
Alright.
Yep.
You guys head out eager to get back to the city and wash your hands of this weirdness.
Amen.
In the interest of getting to the city,
Yep.
Yep.
we're going to fast track.
Let's
Yep.
do it.
Yep.
Everybody's silent the whole time.
The whole 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. She's very angry.
Oh boy. Ugh.
Everybody stays quiet.
Is it the same static thing for the prayer?
Wait. Is it 2 days? I have to do something. On the 10th.
Today is the 10th.
You said we fast travel 2 days.
We're going to, so if there's
Okay.
anything quick you guys want to do.
The
it's
evening of the
currently
10th.
Go for it.
Yep.
The evening of the 10th. After setting up her hammock in silence, she climbs up and she sits cross-legged in her hammock. And she just starts to close her eyes and she begins to pray. And she says, "Hi, Illustray. It's been a really rough couple of days, and today's been pretty rough, but I wanted to make sure I pray to you and that you would just be with Panem today, and that wherever he is right now, that he has a really good birthday, and that you're taking care of everyone in the clan, and that he would just have a good day. I know we never really saw eye to eye in a lot of ways, but I mean, he was really good at fighting, but I don't know if you can send me a sign, just let me know that they're okay, but yeah, I just want to make sure I bring him up to you, because I just want to make sure they're all safe. That's it. And then she gets ready and she goes to sleep.
As you get ready and go to sleep, you don't hear anything, but you get an image in your mind of your clan, of people you speak of, sitting around a fire. You can't tell where, but looks like they're celebrating, sharing drinks, having a good time. And they're all there.
She definitely feels a sense of bittersweetness about it. And she definitely feels the sting of missing them, but is really relieved and happy to know that they're seeming to be even more than just okay.
Okay. You go to sleep then?
Yeah.
Ace, to answer your question, as you pray, same static. So we're going to push forward.
Can I have one more thing?
Sure.
As we're on the road, she's less angry.
Okay. It's day 12, so you guys are
No, it's
approaching.
day 11.
Does anyone want to do anything on day 11?
Yes.
Okay, day 11. What are you doing?
It's all good.
So Taric,
Yes, Aravae.
how old are you?
I am 20.
You're 20.
I'm 20.
And there's like no special someone when you left your village?
He just barely clues in. Nope, there was no one that I really... I mean, everyone has small little things when they leave their hometown, but no, nothing.
Small little things?
Small little things.
What do you mean?
Small little crushes you have when you're a kid.
But you didn't have any crushes on anyone, like, when you left the Brothos?
No, I did not.
Okay. And it's quiet for a little bit. Princess Irena?
Yes?
Hey, so, like, I don't know what it's like being a princess and all, but, like, did you have suitors? Did, like, people show up to woo you?
A few times. They were all idiots. My father said I would be more than capable of making my own choice when the time came. But I know I need to find someone at some point.
Sorry, Dark, she's in the smart people.
Aravae is, in her really weird backward way, is kind of being a dick. And she's like, well, I hear that, for the most part, Taric isn't an idiot. For the most part. Mostly.
She looks over. Well, he seems fairly intelligent.
Sometimes.
Oh, he shoots her a knowing look. He has sisters, like, he knows the sort of poking and prodding.
She has brothers.
Yeah.
And she's still really angry at him.
Yeah. Dead. Derek is dead silent.
All I want.
She doesn't take note.
Yeah.
She's trying so hard to get Taric to blush. Like, it's her goal in life. I feel like that wouldn't be that hard.
I feel like I need to make it, like, con saving.
So she's like, okay.
With a very high DC.
Okay. I'm kind of tired of the horseback thing. Hey, Taric! Can you please take my spot? Please? I'm volunteering you, so you can't really say no. You're voluntold.
I can take it.
I can take it.
No.
Horse.
No. This is the horse that Taric brought back.
No, I think
Or is
that
this
Taric
old
should,
gray?
because in the event of an emergency, we've learned that Taric doesn't really go down all that easy, does he, Ace?
Not super easily.
No, super.
Alright,
not
can I
that.
talk to you?
We also learned that I just don't go down. So I can just take it.
This is like damage removal.
We'll have plenty of time to talk in Elzirat. Here, your turn.
I begrudgingly hop up.
All I wanted for that entire thing. Do you know the SpongeBob meme? Where I lost something once in the background and just last yelp something up. It's funny. Anyway, sorry.
Right.
So another evening passes without incident. You guys are feeling comfy on your watches. Ace, another night of static.
Okay.
Nothing heard.
Oh, I gotta write down these dates. Oh, gosh.
It is now the 12th, and you guys know from your pace that you will be at the city before the night comes. So you guys push on, tired as you might be, and after lunch, push on, and within a couple hours,
Can I
turning a corner.
as we're approaching the city, Aravae,
Out loud? Or mind linking?
sure, I'll mind link.
Okay.
Aravae, a word if you wouldn't mind.
Mind talk or like not mind talk?
This is in your mind.
I know it's in the mind, but like you said a word, so do you want me to speak out loud or not to speak out loud? What kind of word?
I mean, I can understand you
Okay, what's up?
right now. I suppose this is a foolish question. How attached are you to the idea of hanging around with these folks for long term?
She stops and she thinks a moment. And she'd like to try and connect with her goddess.
Okay.
To get a sense if, because she knew that before there was a sense that she needed to be with them, and she's just checking in to see if that's still a thing. Oh, I rolled a 3. So,
Yeah, you think for a few moments, but nothing comes to mind that you don't recognize as not your own mind.
and essentially I feel like nothing's changed.
Yeah, you don't hear of any change, so you can take that as you will.
What, like how invested I am with sticking around with this group? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Is that your question?
I don't mean in the sense of like, I mean maybe.
Eric,
I
I'm
just-
confused. What's going on?
I am hesitant to go into the Elzirat.
You don't want to go into Elzirat?
Kind of not.
Why not? That's
I-
very
I-
confusing because you've been talking about getting paid for like ever.
I understand. Yes, I could see how that would be confusing. And I mean, you know how generally uncomfortable I am in the wilderness and such, and I like being in, you know,
Cities.
civilization and all that. And then I am. That hasn't changed. But I just don't know if I want to be in a large city.
You don't
Right
know
now.
if you want to be in a large city right now?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to? You love cities.
I know, I do. I know.
And towns.
Less so.
Less so towns. But this is like the biggest city.
I know. That's why it's challenging.
So why don't you? That's confusing.
Because there's people there. There's people.
But you like people.
No.
You don't like people?
No, I know, I do. Well, no, I don't like people. I like being in crowds.
Well, then a city is a good place for a crowd.
It could be, lucrative. But, I just don't,
I'm very confused.
There may be something that I'm not wanting to be necessarily found by.
Oh, do you mean like those people that were after you before?
Sure, something like that.
Oh, I think you're fine. See, you know what? This is one of the things I have to say. I'm really glad that you're okay with just kind of hanging around still, kind of. From what I understand, if I'm not wrong, because at least like you're the one I can trust here. I am really
Appreciate
think like
that.
everybody else is hiding something, and I'm really grateful that you're not hiding anything.
I'm not hiding anything.
I mean, people have their secrets, you can't.
Yeah, sure, but like not like big stuff. You shared all your big stuff.
Sure.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Like, so that's why you can't.
maybe
leave.
it'll be okay.
I need you to come into the city with me, because like otherwise you're leaving me with these guys, and honestly, I don't know how much we can still fully trust them.
I mean, I think you can handle yourself, really. You seem right capable with a sword and otherwise.
Yeah, sure, but like, I mean, that's not the point.
I'm
The point is like
just-
having family and
Yeah, sure. Yeah, family, yeah.
I gave you mushrooms.
yeah.
Mushrooms.
You're shady as heck.
It's just, all the things that have gone on. The stuff that's gone on over the last week, it's been a lot.
Oh yeah, totally. It's been insane.
And I don't even know for sure if there may be something looking out for me.
I'll look out for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the city. And it might not be
Honestly,
in this city. I'm just,
Eric, after all the stuff we've just been through, we faced off with a demon gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much worse could it be? You've listened to yourself, like all the ranting you've done over the past couple of days about like the dead people that were dead, the
corpses
thing
coming out of
that
the
wasn't
woods,
a mole that Laz keeps calling a mole, but it was an enclave.
About the size of
and
a
then
horse.
also like the werewolf. Like we can do anything.
I forgot about that one.
We
Yeah.
can face off with anything.
I think we got one of those with us too. Actually, speaking of.
Well, we're gonna get that taken care of. I think we're gonna make it to the city today.
Sure. Just get it taken care of, like like a shopping list.
Awesome. Okay, now that was a great pep talk, I'm gonna go look for some mushrooms. Okay, thank you. And she goes and looks for mushrooms.
You guys turn a corner on the road. The city comes into view behind the trees. And it's a very short ride at this point to get there. So you guys get to the gate that you left from 12 days ago, basically.
Wow.
11? That was 11 days ago.
More than a 10-day.
Yes, it's been a while. And as you get there, 4 guards step out and, like, in formation, say, "Halt! What business have you here?"
We're at Elzirat, right? Just
Yes.
clarifying.
Yes.
Clarifying, sorry.
I made a wrong.
We come bearing the princess.
I'm not even gonna stop them.
As it's announced, she like I just probably was behind like
Yeah.
Taric on the horse, so she'll like step off the horse and reveal herself to be the princess. All the guards' eyes go wide, and the two in the back look at each other and say something, and the one runs off into the city. And they kind of look around, and there's no one coming in or going out right now other than you guys. So, and they walk up and bow before the princess.
Last bow back.
Your Majesty, it's best to keep yourself out of sight for your re-entrance.
Oh, here, I can deal that. May I, Your Highness?
May you what?
I'm going to make you invisible, obviously.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Just put my finger directly on her forehead.
Derek is like not.
The guards are like eyeing Laz, but
Derek is
she said
also-
okay. So
Yeah.
Aravae then whispers to the princess, "Okay, so we can't really keep track of you while you're invisible, so you should really hang on to Taric right now."
good idea. You feel her like climb back on the horse, like hold on to you. So after a couple minutes of waiting, the guard returns with a familiar face in the captain Elzirat, and he sees your group. And where is she? Sir, they turned her invisible. Keep her out of sight. He kind
Yes,
of
that was my idea.
looks at Laz. Very well. Follow me.
I
Go.
have my hood up as we're approaching the city.
So you guys head into the gates and follow the captain, and as you do, about 24 guards kind of converge around you just to keep a perimeter of the group so as to not have people bump into you and whatnot. And you march towards the palace. Royal chambers.
Who's on horse and who's walking?
I'm walking.
Taric and the princess are on one horse.
Yep.
I'm gonna lean over to Ace.
I'll just be walking.
Do you think it's a good idea for me to disguise myself as the princess as like a decoy?
Who are you saying this to?
Ace.
That's awesome.
Don't.
Why would that be a good idea?
Because if someone tries to steal the princess again,
She's
surprise, they get me.
invisible. She's invisible.
Yeah, but now we know who they are.
Can Aravae overhear the conversation
Laz.
a bit?
You're talking pretty
Listen,
quiet, I think.
listen.
Okay, because I was definitely going to mention something.
You're,
That's okay.
You're great, Laz.
Inside check. I'm kidding. Continue.
We've been traveling for a very long time. And more than anything else right now, I would like to rest for a bit. Probably go to a church for a little bit. See if I can figure some stuff out. And honestly, I cannot take another one of your shenanigans right now. Okay?
I mean, I didn't think that was shenanigans. I thought I was just trying to be helpful, but okay.
You know what's gonna happen? Listen, I can tell you exactly what's gonna happen. I have you down to a science at this point, okay? We're gonna go there, you're gonna keep pretending to be the princess, you're not gonna drop the disguise, then we're gonna get there, and then the king's gonna think that the princess is you, and then there's gonna be a whole thing because you're gonna refuse to drop the invisibility on the princess.
This is what Gavin wanted to do so bad, but I wouldn't do it.
I know you, okay? I know what you're gonna do.
I
alright?
wasn't planning on doing any of that this time.
That is a deception roll.
This is serious. I would give you a persuasion roll. I genuinely had zero plans on that.
You can make an insight check.
Or you can just be suspicious.
I can just be suspicious. Okay? I don't want to make a whole bunch of rolls.
Okay.
Laz, it is not a good idea. The princess is invisible. She's safe. If you want to turn into the princess after we're done with this, that's your own business. But
Ooh, that's a great idea. Thank you.
there you go.
After a few more minutes, you guys get to the gates,
Just
and the captain speaks to the guards guarding the gate, and they usher you inside. And after they close behind you inside the royal palace, the captain turns to Laz. Alright. I think now's a good time to reveal her.
Laz is gonna scan the area, just look, see if he sees anything. If he's satisfied, we'll drop it.
Yeah, nothing out of place here. Just, there's 24 armed guards standing around you
Gotta
guys.
do due diligence.
Drop the invisibility, and Princess appears before Taric, behind Taric. Gets off the horse, and Osrin quickly bows. And, Your Majesty, thank the gods. And then he turns and starts going, beckons to you guys to follow him. And you hear, after they're heading again towards the chambers that you guys went to before, you hear him call out, Tribonius! She's here! And you see him poke his head out of like a doorway off to the side. Like, his eyes widen as he sees the princess, and he scuttles out to join you guys.
He sure does. Like a sickly old crab.
Yeah, he walks purely sideways.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
He runs up to you guys. You did it.
So it would seem.
It was no big trouble.
Well, you have no idea what this means to the kingdom. Let's alert the king.
Agreed.
And so you get to the royal chamber doors. They knock. Doors open. You guys filter inside. The party goes, and then behind you, Irena follows in. And as soon as she walks in, you see the king, who's looking pretty weak. Immediately, perks up, and you see, almost immediately, color kind of returns to his face, and his eyes widen up. Daughter! And he doesn't get out of bed, but she runs to him, and they embrace, and they begin kind of chit-chatting quietly to each other. And Crybonius turns to you guys. So, you said it was no trouble, but
No, it's just-
I get the feeling that's not true.
I mean, there were a few hurdles to jump, but it's nothing.
1 second, sorry. Have you ever heard of the name Hallian? And I want to immediately insight check that bad boy.
Whoa!
Hallian?
Hallian.
You can make an insight check.
Guidance on him. I want to give him guidance.
I was going to ask him if he's ever heard of hazard pay.
You have guidance, so you get a D4.
Oh, D4. Okay, well, that'll be helpful. Cocked. Okay.
Don't scratch the couch.
So that is a total of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you ask that question and hone in on him, and he's you can see he's thinking. Is that a person? That name doesn't sound familiar.
This person, as far as we believe, he was the man behind the curtain, as it were. He revealed himself to us, a very powerful wizard.
How powerful?
Held us in stasis, threw us around like rag dolls. For some reason, let us leave with the princess. I'm not sure what his end game is.
They also
He looks concerned.
Yeah.
they resummoned that giant monkey thing.
Did he summon him?
I don't believe he summoned it. I believe
8 cultists did. But they all died summoning it.
There's a puzzled look of surprise when Ace mentions that. Strange.
we saw some writing in there too, right?
Oh, that was about the Watcher.
I
in the
did
water?
mention it. I did mention it to
The
everyone.
Watcher sleeps here.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
So he threw you around like ragdolls, but then let you go.
Seemed as much. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you how any of that was done, but the wizard who appeared, he is different than the wizard who appeared here. That wizard seemed subordinate to this wizard.
Interesting.
That wizard was Vormil. Vormil, yes.
He's dead now.
Looks at Ace when he said that. Thinks for a moment and like moves his hands around a bit and summons an image that looks like a spitting image of Vormil, but slightly younger. Was this him?
A little older than that, but yeah.
How much older?
Ace will disguise self.
Laz.
Make himself.
Yeah.
Laz will disguise self.
Wow.
Directly. I know. Ace just talked, so I guess that's why.
Yeah. Looks over at Laz the Vormil. Drops the own kind of illusion you made him.
We're forgetting a key detail. His most recent image.
It's true.
Wow.
His most recent image wouldn't have a face.
Yeah.
I will minor illusion a hole in my head.
No, I'm just messing around.
Horrifying.
That is deeply concerning.
What, the hole in the head or the fact that he's there?
Him. Not
Oh.
the whole. You can see he kind of like
Concerned by holes and heads.
he's like thinking deep in his head for a moment, and he like breathes in to keep speaking. The king speaks. Thank you. You've done more than you know. Such a moment deserves celebration. And he tries getting out of his bed.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Like a couple of his kind of attendants move towards him and he puts his hand up and says, "No. I need to make a proclamation to the city. Go and sound the bells." And he like pushes himself out of his bed and starts making his way over to the balcony and room. One of the handlers disappears, and a few moments later you hear like the same clear ringing of bells that you guys heard when the darkness began to appear for the Sun and Moon Festival. He goes out onto the balcony and turns and looks to you guys. "Follow me here, please."
Pardon?
The crowd was like,
Follow. Okay.
like follow him. Listen.
Yep, we follow him.
As we'll stand as close to the front as we can.
I'll stand as close to the back as I can.
Disguise me?
I can disguise me as you.
I don't really like crowds. Can you disguise me to be like
What
somebody
can I
else?
do with a disguise kit in the 10 seconds I have walking over?
You could slap some makeup on his face.
I would like to do like a mustache or something on him. Like
Great.
glue a mustache on his face as fast as I can.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Ace, you're looking to be disguised?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna cast disguise self on him.
You can't.
You can
It's
only
a
read
waste.
on self.
Dang it.
That's why it's disguised.
That's why I asked last disguise kid guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ace, you now have a mustache.
Yeah, I was looking for seaming.
You
Honestly, if I could have, all she would have done was make her hair even redder. That's all she would have done.
He's just gonna like straighten out his clothes too, try to look like royalty kind of thing with a nice good mustache on.
Yeah, it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
yes. It's huge. So you guys kind of follow the king out onto the balcony. He steps forward, and like as you guys that are more towards the front kind of look over, you can see like
I have dropped my disguise self.
thousands of people have already congregated in the streets in like the 10 or 20 seconds since the bells rang. And you hear his voice very loud and magically amplified. "Elzirat, Your princess has been returned to you today! And the crowd bursts into applause and cheering and yelling. These brave adventurers fought through a long and arduous journey to bring her back, and today we will celebrate her return. More cheering and whatnot. I present to you the heroes of Elzirat, and he kind of like steps back to give you guys some space to step forward if you want to. I know last time.
Absolutely step forward and start waving to the crowds.
I am shrinking back and down and trying to get into his shadow if I can find one.
There's a lot of guards behind you.
Just I'm backing up, and I don't want to be seen from the balcony if I can help.
I'll step forward and give a wave.
I like to imagine that I'm too short to be seen.
You would be,
Just a
actually.
Just a hand, maybe.
Just a hand.
Hello.
Become a bear.
I would.
I'm
Come
I
on.
imagine there's some sort of like
I'll give him a little it's Fonkin.
regalia, like a salute that I would do to like other guards,
I'll put
like
him on like
Yeah.
band or
Yeah.
something. I probably
When you salute the guards, they all like copy your salute.
Arabe's very overwhelmed,
I'm
and so
putting Fonkin on
she
the
just
road.
kind of stands there, almost
Doesn't
sort
matter if I
of
fall like
like a
Newburn.
deer caught in headlights.
Actually, no, I can't.
And all she does is she grips
Flat.
her sword with her hand and just holds onto it very tightly.
And the crowd is like losing their minds. They're super loud and cheering and like yelling.
Yes is loving.
Yeah.
And the king turns and looks at you guys and cracks an old man smile and looks back to the princess who's slightly behind. We have much to discuss. And they walk together and like you can see like he's already feeling it, like having got out of bed, and so she kind of leads them to like a door in the side of the room, and they disappear behind there. What do you guys do?
Are we allowed to leave?
Yeah. You can. I mean, you're in the chambers right now.
Do we have to
I'm gonna
stay?
take off the disguise.
Kind of hovering near the door
I follow in.
where you would like leave, but not quite leaving yet because we haven't got paid. But I'm looking like I want to go.
What's Grybonius' title again?
Head wizard.
He's the the
Advisor.
court wizard protector.
Does he have like an addressing title that I would know? Like he's not Majesty.
No, he's just Crybonius. That's all you've learned so far.
He's not like mage.
Crabo.
Bravo.
Sorry?
He's not like court mage or whatever or anything like that.
I mean, he's effectively he kind of is the court wizard, but he's from what you gathered, he seems more powerful than most court wizards.
I'll approach Grybonius. Sir, now that we've completed our end of the deal, there was some compensation discussed.
Yes, of course. He turns to one of the scribes hanging out and just gives him a nod, and the guy disappears around a corner.
And we were being a touch on the humble side when we said it was no trouble. There were significant risks taken throughout.
I would like to hear of everything.
Absolutely, we'd be happy to tell you.
Where to start?
Yeah, it's kind of like late afternoon at this point. Like, well, I can quite easily host a fabulous meal for all of you to celebrate.
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon.
Okay.
And the scribe that I sent should be back shortly with part of your reward.
Excellent. Should
Shall
we
we?
just wait here, or we go to your place?
Let's adjourn. I have a chamber with ample space to dine and relax.
It's
I
early
imagine you have not relaxed much in the last 12 days. As have we not.
Can I, excuse me,
Yes.
can I go to the post office?
Yeah, I have a place to visit in the city as well.
I would like you to stay. We have a few things that need to be cleared up, but I'm sure you will have time.
Finish up here first, and then we'll go from there.
That's reasonable.
Okay, but I mean, like, what time does it close at?
It will be closed fairly shortly, I assume.
Well, can I go and then quickly come back?
No. It's best to if you have business, attend to it when things have quieted down a bit.
Okay.
You were just announced as the heroes of the city. People are, and you can still hear like the throng of people below. Like it's not as loud, but you can still hear like there's a din of noise.
Like a guy from Avatar. Following at the
It's likely you probably wouldn't make it that far without being talked to by every person in the city tonight.
I could disguise myself.
Let's just have a quick bite to eat, somewhere to rest.
Yeah, but
We'll be here for a couple days.
I don't know if you guys
days.
wouldn't get it. You guys just don't get it.
You're
It's okay.
probably right. I probably don't get it.
She goes and she finds a
don't
seat.
get
She
a lot
just
of things.
plops herself down, and she's a little miffed.
Yeah, he's led you guys into like quite a large room that has a table, like a long table with about a dozen chairs around it. As you walk in, he like, all right, take a seat, and claps his hands and does a short magical gesture, and a whole ton of great food appears on the table, like all manner of what would look like to be close to a royal feast. Please.
Through this whole time, I'm kind of looking like I don't want to be here, but I'm not saying anything, and I'm like hanging around because there's something I need to get that I have to wait through all of this to get. But I am not at ease.
Laz is fully enjoying himself, eating the meal.
I'll sit down beside Laz and join him.
I mean, yeah, it's not stopping me from eating though.
Aravae is not eating.
Party pooper.
Are you at the table?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm like, can you? So we're in a room.
You're in a large chamber.
Okay.
This looks like to be basically like multi-purpose. Like there's off to one side, there's some bookshelves and desk. And
Is there a fireplace?
yeah, there'd be a fireplace and on
Is
the
it
far side behind
Currently
one end of the
active
table.
fire.
It's on, yes.
She's gonna go and sit in front of the fire.
Okay. So tell me what happened.
She's listening into everything.
I'll recount the entire thing. I don't want to try and tell that story in character for the next half hour.
Thank you.
So I'll happily recount everything with the typical Laz flourishes, where he is the center of it and is likely being instantly corrected by other people.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then we finally got here, and I mean, you know the rest.
How much do you include about like the bite and
That's a good
Fonkin
question.
and the book? I think is
Book include because he was super paying attention to that. Bite slips his mind because it's not really affecting him personally.
sure.
Fair.
And anything else major that we would want to. Laz isn't going to keep anything out
No,
because
I
it's
didn't
Laz.
figure. I was just
He's just
curious.
Gonna share. He's going to share pretty in depth as far as he is able to.
Yeah. All right.
While you're sharing, the guy that got sent away earlier returns, and he's got 6 tied sacks of clinking coin.
10?
Clinking coin.
6.
He's got 6 sacks.
6. Okay, thank you.
6 sacks of
Sex.
thinking close.
Yeah. And Cribonius stops Laz for a moment. Well, this is the first part of your reward.
First.
You have no idea how much this means to the kingdom. To say the fate of the city depended on your success would be an understatement. So each of you get handed a bag of coin, and each of them holds 500 gold pieces.
That's about right.
Beauty.
544.
Glad I stuck around.
Also, I would just like to say that before, when Taric had shown up, one of the days, yeah, thank you, I saw that too. one of the days, she would have divvied up the other gold. There was 100 gold,
Yeah.
so I don't know how people wanted to have that divvied up.
Whatever the lesser amount is, I can take. So it's fine.
Yeah, what's the math there?
Sorry,
20, not 20.
16 times 6. Each of you would get 16, and then 4 people would get 1 additional. So 4 people get 17, 2 people get 16.
So is this
I'll
silver?
take 16.
I'll take 16.
There we go.
Why?
I'll take 17.
Alright, so Ace and Taric take 16. the rest
Everybody
of
else
you get
gets 17?
from that.
Since I'm actually at 560.
So, along the way of Laz describing everything, Carbonius takes a little bit of interest at the Ankeg that you describe, and it sounds like it was magically altered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I've never seen anything to that extent.
I've never seen a mole before.
I can tell you that's not a mole, sir.
People keep telling me that, but I don't know if I believe them.
I've never seen it weird.
It sounded like you'd managed to dispatch it, though. You, I'm sorry, I forget your name. He's pointing at Derek.
Derek's mad about that.
I don't know if he's really got your name yet.
No, I don't know if he has, but I don't know. Just something about this guy's always rubbed Tarek the wrong way. Tarek Brackenwood.
Taric Brackenwood.
I don't think I knew that.
You mentioned the name Hallion, and this was the stronger wizard,
That is correct.
and the subordinate one was Vormir.
That's correct.
Right. I've never heard of Hallion before. I will search all the books I have to see if the name comes up. But Vormir I know all too much about.
Who was he? He's
He was a friend. He was. At least I thought. When I was around your age, I was studying here. We studied together all sorts of magics, and one day he disappeared. And I tried contacting him for months, years, and I never heard anything back. It was like he suddenly stopped existing. And so I thought perhaps that's what it was. Magic is a fickle thing, and perhaps he had stopped existing. To hear he's in league with this cult, kidnapping Our Lady and seemingly unfazed to harm those around him that would oppose. It's a sad thought. And he's dead.
He's
Formula? No.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Formula is yes, so the other dude isn't.
Hallion. Yeah. Vormir is indeed dead.
I don't,
I'm sorry
I'd
for
rather a threat be dead than hold on to a friend that was no longer there. But it does sadden me.
When I was telling the story, I would have magic minor illusion, just a visual of the book, of the skin book, for him to see properly and see if he can make any connections.
Takes a look at it, and you said you destroyed this?
You betcha.
absolutely.
Aravae rolls her eyes.
We did.
Took a great deal of work.
I should imagine so. That you said the book you said looked old.
Quite aged, yes.
I've heard of a few tomes of old of such malice. How did you destroy it?
Whole lot of stabbing and radiant fire, basically.
Just on on the road, or
Mm-hmm.
One night, yes.
Reduced it to ash.
And then buried the ash.
Mm-hmm.
And set the ground on fire where the ash was there.
There's a giant forest fire. Sorry about that.
Large chunk of the forest is currently consumed by flames.
yeah, force can be a lot smaller in a couple days.
Caulfield's going to be in the plains now.
And you destroyed it because it was doing something to you.
Bad dreams.
It was giving me weird dreams. Every time we hit it, it damaged us as well, like psychically.
Psychically.
I passed out from that damage at one point, actually. Yeah.
I believe that.
But we
And you're
dealt with
certain you destroyed it.
it. I haven't had a bad dream since.
Have you had anything else different?
No different than usual.
Hopefully the world is rid of it.
Can only hope so. There was drawings of that big gorilla demon thing in there, I'm pretty sure, as well. So.
I will summon a rough sketch of what that would look like again. My illusion it.
And they summoned it from a summoning circle of some kind.
Yeah.
You said they all died.
Yeah.
Blood pouring out of their eyes.
Yeah, horrific. Terrible stuff.
Real gross.
I would say shame, but they're cultists. So.
Yeah, I didn't feel terribly bad about it.
No.
You never seem to feel terribly bad about much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This feels like another conversation.
This may not be a detail you picked up on, but did any of the cultists in that group that died look like they were capable of casting such a spell? Because to summon a demon of that magnitude is well beyond most.
The two wizards, I mean, they were...
Were they there?
Yeah. Oh, for summoning the demon? No.
Yeah.
They were separate.
They were on their own thing. The one guy who beat the shit out of us was he was pretty. I mean, yeah, he probably could do it. On his own.
From what you described, he could have done it easily, I imagine.
Yeah, but the 8 cultists, I mean, they died doing it. So it seemed like they were taking a good while as well. And from my very limited knowledge of magic, nothing you cast takes more than about 6 seconds if you're good enough. So.
That's not an entirely wrong statement, no.
That's right.
All of the cultists, as well, on their right arm had a tattoo of a decrepit hand with 4 fingers.
Decrepit hand with 4 fingers. He's like, you can see like his mind is racing to see if he can remember like a picture in a book or.
Yeah.
Looks at Laz, who's been conjuring illusions. Can you? Takes a closer look at it. I may have seen that in a book before. I will double my efforts to see if I can find something about that.
It would be appreciated.
Yes. This Hallion. You said he left you to live. Where did he go?
I believe he teleported away.
Did he use a portal or?
Did he use a portal?
No, he disappeared, didn't he?
No portal. I saw.
Just like.
Are you guys talking about the old wizard guy?
Yeah.
Did he disappear? I
Did he
genuinely
disappear?
can't.
Yeah,
Can't
he like legitimately just was there,
He
and you guys
vanished.
were paralyzed, and then he was just gone.
Aravae was
Didn't
right
see portals or
next to
anything.
him when it happened, and
Yep.
she just pipes up while she's staring at the fire. No, he just disappeared.
Do you remember the last thing he said to you? Did he speak any arcane words that you can recall hearing?
You're gonna have to tell us.
Yeah, you
Yep.
don't have to tell us if he did.
Aravae, you would have heard him speak magic words very briefly before he disappeared.
Oh, I see. Like a spell?
Yeah, you'd suss that out.
Well, she would. Do you mean like a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can exactly recall verbatim what he said. It was. I don't believe it was a language I understood.
Well, if it was a spell, it would have been arcane language, so it would depend if you know the spell or the words. You make me a history check to see what you recall.
Yeah, that's super fair, because Hannah super doesn't. 3.
Nice.
My Arcana is 0. I
You was looking
I
for
don't
history.
I don't remember right now.
History's, well, I mean, you rolled a 3, so it's not going to be anything interesting.
Oh well, 5.
Yeah, still.
She's a little frustrated. I can't remember.
Now, this Hallian sounds disturbingly powerful.
Definitely.
I keep a watchful eye on spellcasters that could compete with me, and he's not one I've heard of or seen before. Which does not bring me comfort. And you said that there was writing, the Watcher.
Yeah. That I do remember.
Right,
It was in Elvish.
right.
It's written on a stone wallet, pretty old. Just trying to find it in my notes, guys. Sorry, it was a little while ago. Notes. I take a lot of notes. Please feel free to talk about something.
Sorry, I was also reading my notes. I didn't write it down.
So any like I mean I'm 500 gold is phenomenal, right? But you mentioned that's just the first part of the reward.
That's the monetary part, yes.
So what's the other part of the reward? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay, I found it.
It's big, physically. I don't want to spoil it. It's not an elephant, if that's what you're thinking.
Did you get us all a pony?
That was Steffen's reaction to be clear. Taric has no idea what's coming.
I remember.
The man in charge of that should be here soon.
I remember.
You remember.
I remember. The Watcher sleeps within, and then it kind of had another word. It was awaken.
Awaken. I've read that somewhere. Got another thing to add to my list then.
Yeah.
And it was written in Elvish.
Yeah, it was.
That's all you could read.
That's all that was there that I can make out. I mean, we were there for other reasons, and it was.
Yes, of course, yes.
It was.
Right.
Yeah, in the middle of. Yeah.
Well, that's... Again, that rings a bell deep in my mind. I will see what I can find out. Well, it sounds... Forgive me for calling you a liar, sir. Laz, was it? It sounds like it was not easy at all.
It was fine.
Aravae begins pacing back and forth in front of the fire.
She does want to make it abundantly clear. I don't think he took a single hit in the cave from anything at all.
Just because I don't stand in harm's way doesn't mean I'm not contributing or feeling the pain of the people I ally myself with.
Right, but to say that it was easy because you didn't take damage.
I'm an empath.
Airic
What you're
is
saying is you're offering to take psychic damage every time one of us takes damage. We'll do a different class for that.
Airic is deliberately remaining silent through all of this,
I'll,
just eating some of the meal and stuff and listening, but not saying anything.
Aravae kind of snaps out of her,
funk.
yeah, for lack of a better word,
Fonkin.
and she looks Krybo straight in the eye and says, "Can you have a cleric be sent here right away?
Cleric
One of us is currently quite wounded."
looks at all of you. You all look healthy. Is he not a cleric?
He's sitting beside me. Fonkin.
Fungus, yeah.
Fonkin. I'm gonna lift up Fonkin.
The husband.
Put me down!
Oh, sorry.
We ran into like a werewolf, and
A werewolf.
yes, and Fonkin was bitten, and his wounds have not healed.
That is troubling.
And I think we need somebody with more experience to take a look at him.
Yes, that. I will send for a cleric as soon as I can find one that would be capable.
Also,
That's.
a little unrelated,
Yeah.
but in our adventures we found these two things. I put the statue of the dog and the unidentified scroll in front of him. Could you tell me what these are?
Yes, that would not be difficult.
Thank you. I can't quite figure it out yet.
Okay. Would you like me to do that right now?
That would be fantastic. I have been waiting days for this.
All right. Yeah, you can see him like casting spell to identify him. Okay. Jeez, it's been so long since you got those.
Both were in the cave, I think
in the
underneath the
cave.
bed.
Yeah, you used the scroll of
I used a magic missile
magic
scroll.
missile. Yeah.
There was another unidentified scroll that I think originally Ace might have had.
I couldn't identify it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I tried to take a peek and I just held on to it.
Yeah, so the scroll he identifies as a scroll of color spray.
Oh, freaking hell, love that spell. Excellent.
And looking at the dog statue, he again casts the spell. This is a. Where did you find this? You said.
Just in the cave,
Interesting.
searching for.
It's an odd thing for someone to have had. This is a. For lack of a better way to put it, a figure of wondrous power. So it can turn into.
Lance's eyes perk up immediately when those words are spoken because that sounds real cool.
It. I'll give you more detail as we continue, but this can turn into a dog, like a real living creature.
How?
It's imbued with magical power. I've
How do I
seen
do
this
that?
kind of thing before.
How do I do that right now?
It'll take time for you to attune to it, essentially. And it probably will take some practice, but you should be able to over time. He gives it back to you. I'll send you the
Thank you
stats.
so much. This is so exciting.
Oh, nice as a pet.
Yeah. One that can't really die.
Perfect.
Right. We are beyond grateful for this. Truly, this. If you had failed, well, I probably have a good idea of what would have happened to the city, and it would not have been good. Probably would have been the end of the city, given time. So thank you again.
So happy to do this.
Cheery was dreaming and making noises.
Yeah, I heard that actually.
Hmm.
Do you think it would have brought physical harm to the city, or political dealings, or
He kind of like lowers his voice a little bit. It likely would have brought ruin upon the whole city. Physical, magical. Nothing even I could do to stop it.
I'm glad we did.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Krygo.
Yes.
How long are we waiting here? What are we waiting for exactly?
For what was his name? I believe his name is Ori. I only met him once or so, but he should be here shortly to guide you to your other reward.
How do you spell that?
Ori?
Yeah.
O-R-I.
Sea guy.
Yes.
See, baby.
Yeah.
Sibo.
Are you? There was something on the road with the book where it was like give me bad dreams, and now I'm like kind of there's some like weird stuff going on with like me trying to like talk to my god and stuff, and now I'm wondering if I'm like maybe I'm like still cursed or something. Are you able to remove curses by any chance? You're a wizard, right?
I am a wizard, yes. Yeah. Removing curses is not really my specialty. I probably could try. Pulls a spell book out from like under his robe and starts flipping through. It's a big spell book, like way bigger than the book you have.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I could try.
I would appreciate it. I can give you 10 gold. I just came into a huge possession of some. So.
Gold means nothing to me.
I assume so. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Just put like a handout or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of like sits down, begins kind of incantating and moving his hands around. Takes a little bit. It's not immediate. It seems more like he's ritually casting something different to try and identify what's going on. And after about a minute or so, his eyes kind of widen and he like recoils his hand from yours. Like, you said you destroyed it.
I did destroy it, yeah.
Aravae looks up in their direction.
Yeah, I perk up.
When it hurt you, what did it feel like?
Like a big throbbing pain in the head.
That sounds exactly like what I just felt.
Okay, so what are you saying?
You are not cursed.
Right.
But the curse is upon you.
That means the same thing.
What?
Okay, let's skip the nitty gritty and just say, can you remove it?
You are not the source. I would need to interact with the source of the curse to try and remove it.
Okay, but we destroyed the source of the curse.
If you did, the curse should be gone.
Listen, I don't know how much luck we're gonna have digging up a pile of ashes.
Now you're certain it was destroyed and didn't...
Went up in flames.
We were all there. It's true.
It turned to ash.
I mean, I was focusing on the things, but
I don't think it was destroyed. Or if it was, I don't think it stayed destroyed.
Fabulous.
Can you please check Maz? See if it's still. I don't know if it's residues on him too.
Did he handle it?
Yeah, he touched it and he read it.
Yeah, I would look for it.
Same thing I did.
Sure. Goes and casts the same spell and doesn't take any damage or recoil.
That's really good.
No, you were
Just further reinforcing that Laz is invincible.
you were not cursed.
It's a great.
Nor is there
I didn't think
nor
I
is
was.
there a curse emanating.
Aravae then
Can you
asked,
check
"Can
Taric?
you?" Yeah.
Yeah. Taric, you're getting checked for curses.
Check time.
You're getting checked.
Does the same thing.
Yep.
Again, doesn't recoil and.
Oh, come on.
No, yeah.
Aravae crosses
that's a
her
really good
arms and just checks out for a moment.
You got a way to like move to the book faster or something? Because I don't really feel like walking another 6 days after what we just went for a book.
If it's a few days out, if I move there, I probably will die.
Yeah, I assume so. Well, I mean, you're strong, but I mean, you're not, you know.
Are there any teleportation circles in the city?
There is, yes.
If we know exactly where we need to go, could it?
You could, I could not.
No, I know. I don't mean you. But
We could. Yes, we could use the teleportation.
Would we have a way back? Or would we have to walk back?
Do I know what a teleportation circle is?
Yeah.
You probably have a good idea just from the name.
Yeah, I kind of put two.
well, we saw a bunch of we saw them
No,
all
you
when
saw
the cultists came through them.
portals.
Yeah, we
Portals
saw
are different.
Portals are different.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
Teleportation.
you're able to open portals, right? Can you make a portal over there that we can go through and then come back?
I mean, I could probably make a portal somewhere there, but without having been to that exact location, I can't guarantee how close you'd be.
What's like ballpark?
Could be tens of miles.
Ace,
No, that's a lot.
did you have any more weird dreams? Past 2 days?
Not that I can recall, but considering the fact that a very powerful wizard just recoiled from the fact that he had to look at a curse on me, I would say that I'm probably still cursed.
I don't disagree with you on that one. I'm just wondering.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Make me a wisdom save.
That was when you least expected.
Man. 9.
9.
It's a bad roll.
Right when he says, I wouldn't worry about it, okay, continue. DM.
So Ace, you pause and think for a moment, and you haven't checked your bag in a couple days.
Come on.
No. No.
Wow, I feel like checking my bag right now. Open up my bag.
Start rummaging through it, and you know your usual implements, your water
Start fitting all over
skin,
the places wherever I can.
Yeah.
'Cause
your divine book. You shift that, and you feel a familiar, unpleasant sensation, and there at the bottom of your bag, looking as pristine as before you started destroying it, is the book.
pull
Aravae,
out the book.
does she see that
You
the
pull
book
it
is in
out?
there? Hold on, I'm waiting to see if you pull out the book.
Yeah, pull out the book.
I get up, like I stand up out of my chair and back
He
away.
just.
And
Okay.
Aravae then yells,
Tribo hands ready to cast something at you.
Aravae is going to yell at both of these dum-dums. You morons! You were so reckless! And it's still here! Both of you!
You are very much making it sound like I that somehow I reassembled this.
No, I'm not mad about the reassembling of the book. It would have been worth it if it had stayed in ashes, but it didn't, and it's here. You knocked yourself out. You were willing to get knocked out.
I didn't. But
You were pretty darn close.
Clive,
I was ready to tackle one of you when it turned to ash.
He's just looking back and forth between the three of you guys.
it's been a whole thing.
Anyway, I don't
worry
remember
about it
the
too
part
much.
where this became your problem.
It became
not
my
cursed.
problem when we're all
You weren't
together.
taking damage.
You're showing our location. You were showing. What were you thinking about doing Moonbeam?
I was thinking about the fact that I didn't want to die in a dream anymore.
Yeah, it was. How many times did you dream the dream?
Once.
I dream the dream.
But there was no guarantee that it wouldn't happen again. And there was no guarantee that the curse wouldn't get worse.
So
and there was
you-
no guarantee that I wouldn't start taking damage even without damaging the book.
So selfishly, you
We had
decided
no
to
idea.
disclose our entire location based on this book.
Laz raises his hand.
Yeah, she's losing it.
Can we discuss this later?
Aravae definitely, her cheeks start to go a little red. And she definitely feels very embarrassed. And she turns around and walks to the fire and just kind of sits down with her knees like this and is just like,
Tucks in.
not here.
I'm gonna go over, sit down beside.
Aw.
Not to interrupt.
See, guy, I want the curse removed. Sorry, Laz. Keep going. Need the book, right? Here you go. I'm done with it. You can have it after you're done too.
All right. Do you hand it to him or?
Whatever
Put it
he
on the
wants.
table.
Whatever he wants me to do.
He'll reach for it.
Okay, I'll give him the book.
Give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, there you go.
there it is.
Oh my gosh.
19.
Okay.
Hey.
See, as you go to hand him the book and he puts his hands on it, you immediately see his arms and hands and everything just completely tense up. And he's gripping it really white knuckled.
Okay.
And just doesn't try to take it from you, doesn't really move at all. He's just holding it in place, frozen.
What's going on, buddy?
Carbonius.
You see a vein on his forehead,
I'm gonna come over and try and take the book.
See, guy. I'm gonna pull the book back from him.
Are you gonna try and?
Yeah, I'm gonna help.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
Both of us?
Both of you or one of you can help the other for a
Mine's
minute.
better than yours for sure. You have no strength, right?
No strength, yeah.
I got a little bit of strength.
Do you want me to just give you advantage?
Sure.
Sure. Advantage, yeah.
Thank goodness for advantage.
Duh.
Just straight strength check.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Good thing wizards are weak.
Wow.
Yeah, you tug at it and he doesn't it's not like he's trying to pull it back. It's just he's
Voltage.
yeah, he's stuck to it almost for a few moments.
Okay.
You manage to eventually wrench it out of his hands and you see he immediately relaxes and
What's up with that?
and it's just a stunned expression on his face
Gonna hand the book back to.
what have you found?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
There's most definitely a curse upon it.
Figured as much.
Whatever it is something more powerful than I've seen. There is a presence about it.
I'm sorry.
My head hurts a lot.
Well,
A presence?
hold on. You're probably one of the strongest wizards in the city.
I'm probably one of the strongest wizards on the continent.
Okay. So,
I haven't seen everything, but
in terms of removing this curse as the strongest wizard on the continent,
I don't think it's a curse you remove in the traditional sense. You tried to destroy it and it physically worked and came back. So there must be a way to destroy it in a way that it doesn't come back. I don't know what that would be, but...
Is there a volcano very far away from here?
Not on this continent. So, yes, I suppose.
do you have any idea how we're supposed to destroy it?
Whatever's in there is... I don't know if sentient is the right word, but there's something in there. If you could find a way to maybe draw it out and destroy that.
Maybe. Find a way to draw it out.
No, sir.
Like poison drawn from a wound.
You want to start sucking on the book?
No, I would avoid that.
Give that people leather the goods.
So, let me get this straight. I just want to make sure all the facts are here. The book has essentially put a curse onto me that originates from it.
The book is cursed. This much I'm certain of.
But something's wrong with me.
Something's wrong with you, I believe, because you have the book.
Because I have the book. There's no way that you can get rid of it without getting rid of the book. There's no way I can get rid of it without getting rid of the book. What we did to get rid of the book didn't work. So there's another way to do it, and it's by drawing out whatever's in this book. And how do we go about drawing that out?
I don't know. But that conclusion is as far as I can come right now.
Great. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to pop outside of the room, and I'm going to take the book, and I'm going to throw it into the wall and scream. Because I am mad.
You guys all hear this?
Now I'm fucking cursed.
You all have gotten yourselves into something.
I'm just like silently shaking my hand.
I'm willing to offer help where I can.
Would be appreciated.
Research is one of my specialties, so I will look into this. There are very few tomes of this kind of malice, so it's possible that it is already documented to some degree. I'm not a fan of reading about those types of topics, but it can be done.
Come back into this point.
Yeah, I think that would be for the best.
How much longer are we here for?
Let me check.
Great.
Leaves out a different door.
I think I just put a hand on Ace's shoulder.
Don't touch me right now. I don't want you to get cursed.
Won't get cursed.
Les, does it? Can't curse me.
Yeah, you made that abundantly clear.
Still tries to offer what little comfort he knows how.
Well, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the static from my god that I've been hearing for a little while now is from the book, which means that as I got just a little bit closer to actually talking to my god, now I can't even do that. So that's fun. I want to check something else. I'm still able to cast spells and stuff, like normal ones from
You haven't actually tried, but if you want to try, yeah.
like aim towards the fire and try to just put a sacred flame in the fire.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, good.
Carbonius returns. At his side, a stout halfling. Looks fairly heavy for a halfling.
This is Marvin Tumblebelly.
definitely not.
He's back.
The two of them stroll in. The halfling's got, the sort of traditional, like, curly, ruddy hair. He's got a bit of a belly to him, and big smile on his face. And you see when he, like, smiles and looks at you guys, he has, like, a gold canine tooth.
Nice.
Respect.
Does it make a noise? Ding.
No.
Nice.
So the two of them walk in, and Krybo kind of gestures him forward. Well, how we doing?
Great. Yeah, this is great.
Great.
I feel like when he looks at us, we're all just like,
Laz is smiling.
we're all like worse for wear-ish.
Yeah.
And then there's Laz.
Well, I've come to collect you and bring you to what is the rest of your reward. If you'll all follow me.
Let's do this.
Good. For a second, I thought it was you.
Oh no.
Are you our reward?
No,
That would be a
I
pretty
am
decent
taken.
reward.
I'm taking
taken.
all.
Where's your wife? What's your wife's name? How tall is she? What color is her hair? What color are her eyes?
What's her lineage?
What's her lineage?
Come
What's
on,
her
DM.
backstory? How'd you meet?
So he begins to lead you guys out of the royal palace. It's gotten into evening now. Like you guys were there for a while talking and eating,
We're cursed.
Or not eating.
or not eating in this case. Yes. It's a little bit of a walk, but we shouldn't be more than a half hour or so.
Huh?
What time of day is it?
It's evening. So,
Dang,
Shouldn't we
no
be,
higher
like,
as
I
to
was,
the nature of
shouldn't
this.
we be concerned about being out in the open?
streets are pretty quiet by
Okay.
this point. People are here and there, and like you catch some like stares as people walk by their houses, and like little whispers of like, oh, that's them, that's the heroes, but no one.
Anyone that Laz knows. Just quick.
Yeah.
Nod and wave to.
Some of them like kind of excitedly wave back.
I'm rolling my eyes into the back of my hand.
That checks. So he leads you out to the southern gate of the city and out onto the road for a little bit. You guys walk for about 10 minutes or so, and then you can't really see it because I haven't put it on the map, but the path diverges to the west a little bit, and you turn and kind of come around a small grove of trees, and in front of you, you see a sizable manor. Hard to tell how big it is from here, but it's fairly sized. Well, I suppose the cat's out of the bag now.
Is it inside the house?
Not that I know of. No. You must forgive me, it's not fully restored yet, but I have been asked by the king to finish the work. In the meantime, many of the rooms are usable. What?
So we have
For
free lodging?
For how
I suppose, yes. It's yours.
It's what?
The rooms?
The
Go back. What?
the grounds, the manor, the
All of this?
yes. It's still being somewhat restored in a few parts, but much of it is usable. So if you haven't booked a room for the night, you don't need to.
Laz takes off and finds a room.
You haven't quite got there yet. You're still like walking there. So as you get there, the big double doors are locked.
And he runs.
So what is this? What does this manor look like? Just like
Big old house.
Yeah,
Thanks, Chief.
at the front, like it's pretty big, like lots of big windows. From the outside, it's quite wide. From what you can see, the front left and right corners have kind of rounded extensions to them, essentially, kind of like a keep parapet, but not as tall.
Okay.
There's groves of fruit trees all over. It's kind of like situated inside some kind of forested area, and then like a frontal entrance and everything. I don't believe I have a map for it yet. Let me double check. I don't think I put it on here.
The outside of it or the inside of it?
I have a map of the inside that I'm working on. I haven't finished it yet, but yeah, it's pretty big. Like there's. Do you want if he kind of takes you on a brief tour of outside before going in?
Yeah.
So groves of fruit trees, lots of stuff.
Let's fix a piece of fruit on Sam.
Tastes really good. As you get around the back side is kind of like, or not the back side, sorry, like the left side as you go around there is blown out.
Oh, wow.
And like some of it's like charred and busted, and you can see there's scaffolding around it. No one's working on it currently, but it is not completely intact. There's a huge tree next to it that looks like it was struck by lightning or something similar. The tree still seems to be alive. There's a big black and gray scar of
What it here?
well, this place was owned by an eccentric noble of the city. What was his name? Albrecht something. Do forgive me, I don't usually delve into that side of things. He lived here for a while. He was a known practitioner of magic, and from what I understand, I think I changed accents, it's fine. From what I understand, he was practicing and something went horribly wrong.
Perfect.
But in the will he left, he had left it to the king, and I believe, what was the phrasing he used? His phrasing was to be bequeathed or given or something like that to the right person or people at the right time. And it was in a much worse state than what it is now. We're working on restoring everything. So much of it has been restored. As you can see, not all of it. But it is more than livable.
Crown's generosity knows no bounds. I really do appreciate it, and I will repeat the same thing to the king as soon as I see him.
He lets you guys in. He has the key. Once you're in, he offers the key to one of you, whoever wants to take it.
No!
Classic. Brief description. There's from what you gather, like there's the typical like two rounded staircases at the base going up to the second floor. There's about 11 rooms that look like bedrooms, studies, library, all sorts of things. Some of the rooms.
11 rooms or 11 bedrooms?
Bedrooms.
Okay.
Some of the rooms have their doors closed and like painted with a red X on them. And he explains like those rooms are not finished yet.
Gotcha.
We have to spend some money to upgrade those rooms so we can get some cool stuff.
No, those rooms will be restored by my company, but it is yours. You're free to spend whatever money you want to do whatever you want to it. I'd be more than happy to do the work, but the restoration is being paid for by the crown.
So how many rooms are available?
7, I believe, was our most recent total.
Did this Albrecht,
Nighthawk, that was his last name, Nighthawk.
Albrecht Nighthawk, did he happen to die here in the house?
It's hard to say. There was, as you could see, an explosion. He was never found, nor any of his remains. He hasn't contacted the crown since. So it's possible he's just decided to bugger off and leave his house behind. It's happened before. We don't know. There hasn't been any ghosts or anything. We've been working on this house for 6-7 months now, and nothing like that. No.
Making a note. No ghosts.
Very well.
I am adoring how superstitious Airic is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scared poopless, but he's becoming so superstitious, and I love it.
Yeah. So, you guys have a manor to yourselves?
Oh,
7 bedrooms are ready for people to live in.
Currently,
Just double checking.
Yeah.
Laz will be running around opening all the doors, trying to find the best room. And Beth, I think by his standards, is just simply biggest.
Yeah, there's a couple especially big rooms on the upper floor.
I mean, if there's
One on the
nice,
lower floor.
Yeah, on the upper floor, so you can get a nice view out there too. That's important.
Yeah, so you guys you can settle in and figure out your rooms. You guys level up.
Yeah.
God, I've been planning this level up forever, and I'm very excited about it.
Yes, been a bit of a slow burn, but this is the point where you are to level up, so make sure to do that. But that is where we will end for tonight.
So can I just clarify that
Yes.
we have not gone to bed yet?
No.
I'm thinking that we're kind of glazing over the bedroom picking, so we haven't actually picked it
We
yet.
have not picked bedrooms.
Laz is beginning to run around opening
Okay.
doors.
And
We're
right
gonna roll
now,
initiative on this, and I get
we
initiative
have
advantage.
entered and we have been left with the manor, and Ori has left.
Yes. He, for reference, he would have introduced himself as Ori Swiftarm.
Swifto?
Not the will of the wisps.
No. Nor is the forest
Fantastic
blind.
video game. Have you played it?
No,
I've heard
I
it's
haven't.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pick it up there next time, guys.